Hey Canucks fans, welcome to the Line Change postgame show. The Montreal Canadiens have defeated the Canucks 4-3 after the Canucks were up 2-0. Canucks starting off this homestand with a loss and their third loss in a row. A lot of people are disappointed with the loss despite the Canucks actually playing a pretty okay game. They were up 2-0. Unfortunately, they squandered the lead and lose, as I mentioned, by a score of 4-3. I'll admit I did not actually watch this game. I was too busy live streaming the Blue Jays game. I live streamed the entire game, 4-hour live stream. If you guys want to check that out, you guys can check it out on YouTube. It's the Inside Jays podcast. Give it a like and subscribe if you guys are into that. Feel free. But before we get into this post-game show, Gerald will likely be joining me shortly. I want to give a shout out and thank you to my sponsor, Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork you see behind you. And you guys can check them out yourselves at GassyJackArt.com. Here's the link right here. And yeah, go ahead, check them out. Let's go ahead and break down this game. I will break it down as best as I possibly can, obviously, with having not watched the game. So let's go ahead. Let's see if we can bring, where is it? There we go. All right. Sam, I'm busy. Yeah, okay, night. Okay, let's start off with the first goal of the game, which goes to Elias Pettersson. Now, obviously, for those of you know me, I'm a little ticked off with the PD right now, especially finding out that he's a Dodgers fan and he thinks the Dodgers are going to win the World Series. That kind of ticked me off a little bit. But PD opens the scoring at 4:42 with a wrist shot, his second of the season, assisted by Hronek and Garland. Let's take a look at the goal visualizer. As you can see, Garland with the puck, moving it up ice, passes it to Elias Pettersson, who comes down, passes it back to Hronek, and then Hronek passes it back to Pettersson, who puts it in the net. Great goal from PD, despite, again, him being a Dodgers fan. Just give me 1 sec, guys. Gerald will be joining us around in about 15 minutes, so I'm going to just go ahead and keep going with the goal visualizer. Moving on to so that was the lone goal in the first period for the Canucks. Moving on to the second period, Jake DeBrusk scores a power play goal, his second of the season, at 6:43. It was a tip-in, assisted by Quinn Hughes and Elias Pettersson. So already, PD has 2 points in this game, which works out fantastic for me because I have PD in my fantasy league, and I actually have Quinn Hughes and I think I have DeBrusk. I'm not sure, but I know I have Hughes and PD, so both of them put up some points for me. I also have Garland as well, so that's awesome for me. See here, PD's got the puck down here at the point. He passes it to DeBrusk, who passes it back to PD. PD over to Hughes. Hughes shoots it, and DeBrusk is able to tip it in to make it 2-0 for the Canucks. And then Montreal would answer back. Nick Suzuki on the power play, 15:03 to make it 2-1, assisted by Demidov and Slavkovsky. Let's take a look at the visualizer. Back to the point, back there, just on the face near the face-off dot. Back to the point. It's like scramble there, and then Suzuki number 14 there, and just to get it in. Moving on to the third period, and those are the 2 lone goals in the second period. So it was 2-1 after 40 minutes. Moving into the third period, Slavkovsky scores on the power play at 1:50 to tie it up, assisted by Demidov and Lane Hudson on a wrist shot. Let's take a look at the goal visualizer. To the point, back up to the point here. Move to Suzuki, back to the point. Hudson shoots it, and it bounces around the net, back to the point. Wait, what? Huh? Wait, let's see this again. Suzuki, Hudson shoots it. Oh, perhaps I'll actually have to. I don't know how that doesn't really show it on the visualizer how that puck actually went in, but moving forward, score is tied, and then Montreal scores to make it 3-2. Mike Matheson at 8:19, assisted by Carrier and Bolduc. Let's take a look at the visualizer. There's a puck in the corner here, moved up, pass across, pass back to the point, shot, and then I'm assuming, yeah, it was a wrist shot for Matheson. And then you have Ivan Demidov scoring his second of the season at 11:09 to make it 4-2 Montreal, assisted by Carrier and Kapanen. I am pleased that Demidov got some points or had 3 points in this game. I actually have Demidov in my fantasy as well. So that helps out my fantasy, just doesn't help out the Canucks. Puck moved around in the corner. No, puck is in the corner over here. Pass to the point, and then a shot by Demidov that beats Lankinen. And then Connor Garland would score to make it 4-3 at 16:13 of the third period, assisted by Elias Pettersson and Quinn Hughes, with this being Pettersson's fifth assist fifth assist of the season and sixth for Quinn Hughes. Let's take a look at the visualizer here. Garland, puck up to Pettersson. He's got it just above the face up there. Back to Hughes, back to PD. PD shoots it, and Garland is able to tip it in. Now let's take a look at the game stats here. Shots on goal. Canucks outshoot the Canadiens 31-24. Montreal was obviously more dominant on the faceoff, 62.3% to Vancouver's 37.7%, which is a 38 out of 61 for the Montreal Canadiens, 23 out of 61 for the Canucks. So the Canucks were absolute shit on the faceoff dot in this game. Power play, 66.7% for the Canadiens, 2 for 3. The Canucks were 1 for 3, a 33.3%. 6 penalty minutes for each club. Canucks out-hit the Canadiens 20-16. And then you had the Canucks with 15 block shots, Montreal with 17. And then giveaways were 14 apiece, so not a really great game for either team when it comes to the giveaways. Takeaways were 3 for the Canucks and 2 for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's take a look at the box score real quick. As I mentioned, Gerald will be joining me at around 9:45. We'll talk a little bit about the game. Let's go back here. Let's take a look at the Canucks game sheet here. So we had Besser was a -1, 20 minutes and 38 seconds of ice time. He had 2 shots, 1 block. Does it show more over here? Then he had he was a 33.3% on the faceoff. Moving forward, you have Connor Garland, 2 points tonight, a goal and an assist. He was a +2, 23-13 of ice time, 25 shifts, 2 shots on goal, 1 block, 2 hits, 2 giveaways. RG Baines had nothing through. He wasn't even a plus-minus, so I guess that's a bit positive. 6 minutes and 38 seconds of ice time. He only had 11 shifts, 3 shots on goal, 1 hit. Drew O'Connor, the other Dodger fan on this Vancouver Canucks team, had nothing, 13 minutes and about 13 minutes of ice time, 17 shifts, 3 shots, 1 giveaway. Then you had EP40 with a 3-point night. He was a +2, 21:47 of ice time on ice, 24 shifts, 4 shots. Wow. So PD was shooting in this game, and you can see what he does when he shoots. He puts the puck in the net, and he racks up the points. 2 blocks, 1 hit for PD, even though you're a goddamn Dodgers fan. Sherwood, nothing across the board, at least when it comes to offense. 15:57 ice time, 21 shifts, 1 shot, 2 blocks, 5 hits, though, for Sherwood. So thank you for those hits, Sherwood. 1 giveaway. Atu Ratu had 2 penalty minutes, had an ice time of 12:37, 23 shifts, 1 shot, 3 hits. Max Sasson, didn't produce, had 6 minutes and 52 seconds of ice time, 11 shifts. He had 3 blocks and 1 giveaway. So no hits. Lucas Reichel, the newest Vancouver Canuck, left winger, was a -2, 15:54 of ice time, 20 shifts. He had 1 shot, and then that was it. And then Jake DeBrusk with a goal. He was a +2, 20:11 in ice time, 24 shifts. He had obviously 1 power play goal. He had 5 shots, 1 block, and 1 hit for Jake DeBrusk. Evander Kane, who was a -2, and we'll talk about Kane, probably me and Gerald. 16:55 ice time, 20 shifts. He had 4 shots, 1 block, 3 hits, and he had 2 giveaways. So some more giveaways from Evander Kane. Linus Karlsson had a penalty, 7 minutes and 17 seconds, 13 shifts, and he just simply had 1 hit. Moving down to the defensemen, you have P.O. Joseph, who was a -1, 10 minutes and 39 seconds, 2 shots, 1 giveaway, 1 takeaway. Filip Hronek, who had an assist, +1, 25, 33 ice time, 26 shifts, 1 block, 1 hit, 2 giveaways. DPD was a -1 with 12:37 ice time, 18 shifts, 2 shots, 1 hit, 2 giveaways. Marcus Pettersson, nothing across the board. 21:04 ice time. He had 1 block, 1 hit, and that is it. Quinn Hughes with 2 assists was a +1, 26 minutes and 25 seconds. 2 blocks for Quinn Hughes. I didn't register a shot on goal. And then you had Tyler Myers rounding it out, 19:53 with 1 shot, 2 giveaways. Moving on to the goaltenders, this obviously was not the best night for Kevin Lankinen. 20 saves on 24 shots, 4 goals allowed, 2 of them on even strength, 2 of them on the power play, and he had a .833 save percentage in this game. So not great. I will admit, and Gerald and I are probably going to talk about this. I was a little surprised that Lankinen got the start. I was kind of expecting Demko. But obviously they're thinking, save Demko for the Oilers, which makes sense. I completely understand them wanting to have Demko against the Oilers because he played so well against them earlier on at the start of the season. They want to keep that going. But Lankinen is 1-3 so far this season, which is a complete reversal of what he was last year. He had a much better record around this time last year. But that's not a knock on Kevin Lankinen. I do feel as though some of the goals, at least from what I've heard, I haven't actually seen them, but from what I'm hearing, on social media and whatnot, some of the goals were a little soft, apparently, that he let in, that he should have had. But again, we're only like 9-10 games into the season. I'm still not hitting the panic button just yet, despite them being on a 3-game losing streak. But yeah, let's actually take a look at the play-by-play here. Oh, no, we don't really want to take a look at that. I want to check out some other stuff. Let's look at the event summary real quick here. I know you guys can't really read this, but I want to see if we can. No, I want to go back. I want to take a look at the time on ice because I absolutely loved that Russell, nothing is perfect, went off and went on a tangent about Quinn Hughes and his ice time in that last game. So that's Brock Besser, P.O. Joseph, Baines, Hronek. I want Quinn Hughes. There we go, Quinn Hughes. So his first shift was 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Or no, his second shift, I should say. Hang on. Okay, so his first shift, 28 seconds. Second shift was 1:01, 34 seconds. There's a goal on that one. 46 seconds, 1 minute and 4 seconds, 19 seconds. minute 15. So you could automatically see a difference in this game compared to the last one. His highest shift played was this one right here, where he went 1 minute 58 seconds. So he had one almost 2 minute shift compared to in the last game where he had several. And Russell went nuts about this. So, but yeah, we're gonna bring on Gerald real quick here. There we go. How's it going, buddy?
Hey man, just a bit tired.
Get my headphones on. There we go.
Just
Now I can
just
hear
a bit, yeah, just a bit tired. Yeah, had an early morning. Um, and the Canucks game, the Jays game. Not gonna lie, I kind of dozed off. I think after the second goal for the Canucks, and
you.
yeah, I missed this Suzuki goal. I told you in our chat, and then yeah, it just broke down. The
Yeah.
game just broke down right after that, and then watched the Jays, and that was kind of hard to watch too. But
Yeah.
yeah, things are okay, I guess. How's your day? How was your
Was,
stream? I didn't really catch it, but how was it?
it was long. 4 hours long. First time doing it. I had some technical issues at the start of it. Like I was literally like 2 minutes into it, and my internet cut out.
Oh, no.
So I had to like reboot my computer and everything, and then had to like restart the stream. But after that, it was fine. 4 hour long stream. It was a lot of fun. I had like over 200 people at one point in the stream.
Oh, that's
Uh,
awesome.
so it was great.
Amazing.
I really enjoyed it despite the Jays losing. But there were
Well,
no like moments like in game one. So
come on, man. Like you even said it. It's going to be a 7 game series. Like they got to lose one, right? At
yeah,
least one.
yeah,
Or you gotta, if it's 7, then you're gonna watch them lose another 2 more, right? So, or
yeah,
3 more.
yeah,
Actually, no,
yeah,
2 more. Yeah. So it's okay. It's only
yeah,
game 2.
yeah,
And they
exactly.
had an amazing pitcher. I mean, this is like a back-to-back complete game. Sorry, this is turning into a Jays thing, but
Yeah. No,
um,
it's all good. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Yamamoto was fantastic tonight. I gotta tip my cap to the Dodgers for him. He completely locked it in. I mean, which really sucks. Uh, don't worry, we'll get back to Canucks stuff. But Gosman pitched a great game tonight too. He just had a couple
I
like mistake pitches.
I mean, typically, if he had those kind of stats that he had today, it would be it would be a good game. Like
Yeah,
it's for a pitcher, those are good stats. But the problem uh with that is your team needs to strike, right? If they
yeah,
don't strike, you're, you know, like come on.
yeah.
Like, and then the actual run, like it was, I think it was tied. No, it was tied 1-1 up until
The
uh
seventh.
the 6th, I think, right?
Yeah, it was the sixth or seventh when
Yeah.
the Dodgers struck. Yeah.
And I mean, you can't blame him because like he got relieved afterwards. And
Hmm.
I think the runs, the back-to-back home runs, I think was he wasn't pitching, right? Or was he pitching? I can't remember.
The first home run he definitely allowed, and yeah, he allowed the second one too. I think.
Okay.
Um,
So that's why he got yanked.
yeah,
It
but
happens.
no, again, he just simply made two bad pitches, and it cost him. They led his only runs that he allowed were via the home run, and that pitch to Smith, who hit the first home run. That was a inside pitch, and I know you're more so into hockey, but it was like in
Yeah.
on his hands, and the guy was able to, extend his hands, and he just ripped it. So,
No, I just know there were a lot of fastballs. He kept going fast in it. He was
mhm.
pretty fast.
Yeah, he definitely should have thrown a splitter there instead of the fastball for sure. But we'll get back to Canucks stuff.
Yeah. Do we
Sorry
have
about that.
anyone on right now? Do we have anyone watching right now?
Yeah, we have 13, which is not too bad.
Oh
I mean,
wow. Okay.
it's not 200, but it's still a decent amount. We do have a comment saying, it says, Montreal is doing so good. Yeah, yeah, they are. They are, as of after tonight, what, 7-3 now. So, and Montreal is a very young team too. Um, what do you think of Montreal's season so far? I'll admit I haven't really watched a whole lot of Montreal games, obviously, but like I said, they're 7-3. They got a very young team, and I do think things are looking good for Montreal. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to pay too much attention to Montreal unless they play the Canucks. But like I said, they got a very young team. So
Now, you know what? Like in the off season when they made that acquisition for Dobson, I was like, wow, this team's gonna be scary. Because
yeah,
I mean, I did follow a bit of the Habs last year, and come on, man, you have Kirby Doc that's coming up. You have Suzuki as a captain, and you have Caulfield. Like Caulfield is a game changer. Like
oh yeah,
he's someone that you want on your team. And their new rookie, Demid Demidov, or
Demidov, yeah.
or or a lot of people are calling him demigod. Dude, this kid can, wow, like you don't have to give him a lot of space. I mean, that goal that he had today in the game, I was just like, wow, okay, okay. Like that's why he's like running away with the Calder, like
Mhm.
with the Calder trophy. Like it seems like it. Like this kid can play and only 18 years old. So in terms of that question, yeah, the Habs are doing great this year so far. I mean, if you've watched the Amazon Prime uh documentary about the Habs for the season, you know they're up and coming, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, they're gonna do well. I'm gonna put it out there on the stream today that yeah, I think they're making the playoffs for sure this year. And yeah, just keep watching the kids. Like they're gonna put some damage into the league this year.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Demidov, I mean, there's a reason why I picked him up in fantasy in my draft because I know how good this kid is. And hey, despite the Canucks losing, he got me some points tonight, so I'm not going to complain about that. Despite the
Yeah.
Canucks losing, but so did PD too, who I don't know if you saw earlier. I'm a little bit miffed with PD because apparently he's a Dodgers fan.
Yeah, I
He's no,
saw the story or
yeah,
the simple
and
reel
apparently
from it.
Doc is too. So screw Doc as well. I will.
I thought Doc is Canadian.
I don't know exactly if he is or not, but apparently he predicted Dodgers, and I'm just like, okay, Doc, gave me a reason not to like you.
Doc
Gives
played for World Juniors for Canada.
yeah. So, but yeah, apparently he's cheering for the Dodgers. So is PD. I mean, I thought PD's his prediction was pretty funny with Demko asking him. It's not like who do you got in the World Series? He just goes Dodgers, and then you got Demko going like, seriously?
Padres.
Yeah. Demko says Padres because he's from San Diego, but hey, you can't be mad at Demko for that because he didn't say Blue Jays or Dodgers. He just said Padres because he's from San Diego. Um,
Yeah.
but then I think PD afterwards at the very end says something about like the Avengers, like they got the Avengers. It's like PD, what are you talking about? But I thought that was pretty funny. I was a little surprised when I saw that, and yeah, that's why I posted it to my story, and then why I was kind of like, what the fuck, PD? And then he goes and puts on a game like he had tonight. So thank you, PD. You gave me points in fantasy, as I have PD as well. But let's talk about PD a little bit. Great game, you know, for him. 3 points. So
I I mean like I do a bit of sports betting, and the moment that I realized PD was going to score today was actually it was in the very first moments of the first period. So he had this like you saw him shoot, and then he tried to do this between the legs shot, on what is it? What is his name? Dubase or
Oh, Dobish.
Dobesh? And I was like, wow, okay. The confidence is there. Like for someone to actually try or attempt a between the legs shot, yeah, the guy has some confidence. So I mean, he had some swagger today for sure. I would say that I'm impressed. Like this is the guy that they paid the 11 mil to. Like it's actually showing that actually showed up, right?
Mhm.
Um, in general, like aside from the goal, he had 2 assists, primary assists for Garley, and then sorry, yeah, primary assist for Garley, and then he had the secondary assist for DeBrusque. That goal, I mean, when I was watching the game, it looked like it was Huggy. It looked like it was Quinn Hughes, but it was actually tipped twice. I can't remember who the Montreal player was, but it tipped off Montreal, like a Habs player, and then off of DeBrusque, and then went in. So secondary assists, 3 assists, first multi-point game the whole season, and it took him 9 games. Shot wise, I don't have the stats for that, but I'm pretty sure Justin will be quite happy with it.
Oh yeah, he had like I think I read it earlier. He had 4 shots in this one. Actually, I can quickly bring it back up because I still got it here. Just move that. Oh, that's Canadians. Yeah, Pedersen had 4 shots. Yeah, in this. Here, I'll zoom in on it for you. Yeah. 4 shots. So yeah, Justin, if you're watching this, I don't know if you are. Oh, shit. Sorry. Justin, if you're watching this, 4 shots for Petey. 4 shots. Um,
And it took him, I think it was like the first few minutes of the game. So to
yeah.
actually get a shot, so it's not too bad. So Justin needs to simmer it a little bit. I mean, even though it was a loss and it was actually quite embarrassing and just man, like how do you lose a game when you're up 2-0? I mean, 2-0 is probably one of the most dangerous scores to have in a game, but still technically it would have been well it is actually 4 unanswered goals, and then they got that third goal when they had the empty net just under 4 minutes, and Garland had that goal, right?
Mhm.
Like you don't have this kind of stuff happen. I mean, to be very honest, like what stood out to me was just the terrible face-offs. At one point, I was asking myself. I actually sent a message to one of my group chats, and I said, "Have the Canucks won a face-off this game?" Like it was to that point. It was just like every face-off that they took, they lost. Sasson can't can't face off to save his life. Petey, there was one face-off. He was. It felt like he was trying to shoot the puck on the face-off. Um, Ratu, Ratu, it was hilarious because the last face-off of the game, when they had the empty net, when Lanky was pulled out, Ratu skated up to Petey and he's just like, "Go out, go out, go out. I'm gonna take the face-off." I'm just thinking, bro, like, I mean, I understand, like, if you don't know the context of it, it would be, yeah, man, like, I can win this. How about you skate off and do your thing? But I think they're just trying to get PD a better shot because, I mean, he has the confidence and he's probably going to he's going to shoot. So, yeah, Ratu went in for the face off, but he ended up losing it anyways. And, yeah, in general, like the whole game, the Canucks won 37.7 of the faceoffs. That is pretty much
Yeah.
like bottom of the league. like
Yeah.
bottom of the league. Yeah, like they need a face-off coach. They need Malhotra up in the big club to tell these guys how to face off or how to at least practice for face-offs. Because if you don't win face-offs, like that Garland goal, even that Garland goal for when they had the empty net, they lost the face-off. They just kept with it. They didn't let Habs shoot it out. And that's how the whole Garland goal transition. I'm not sure if you did the whole goal visualization thing yet today.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they didn't win the face off for that, but they still ended up the goal. Like it was lucky. Like they got lucky bounces here and there, but they also had unlucky bounces during the game today too. I mean, Besser could have tied the game. Um, I mean, the puck wasn't settled before he shot it. It went a little wide. And I mean, Garland had kind of an empty net, but he couldn't stop, like he couldn't um settle the puck, and he was already too far in. But if it was typical Garland, the puck was settled, he had control of it, he would have probably stopped, did a swing back and just tucked in the puck. And that would have tied the game too. So there were chances, but it's just, you know, um, it just didn't happen. And to be very honest, Lanky didn't really bail them out. If Demko was in net tonight, yeah, they probably wouldn't have given up the 4 goals and they would have won the game. But you can't be playing Demko back to back, and they made the decision that Demko is going to play for the game tomorrow against the Oilers. So it is what it is. Yeah.
Do you guys respond to the chat? Well, there's your answer.
Let's
Yes, we do.
let's go for a few before we continue this.
Yeah, we definitely do respond to the chat when we say it. Got another one. You guys are the best. Thank you very much.
Oh wow. Thank
That's
you.
very, very appreciative. Poison Toad. But yeah, I just wanted to mention because I have the face-off percentages here. Our best face-off guy, no surprise, was Atu Ratu with a 61.1%. Sasson
Okay.
was 33.3.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's not good enough.
PD was 35.0%. So
Reichel was at 20.
Yeah, Reichel was at 20. Baines was at 50. Besser 33.3, but he's not a center, so he probably just had to come in and take a face off.
Well, neither is Baines or Garland, right? I mean, Garland lost one. Besser had won one in the offensive zone, which is great, and then he lost 2 in the defensive zone. Baines, he won 1 in the offensive zone and lost 1 in the neutral. It's not bad. But for PD, like in the offensive zone, you're going 3 for 8 on 5-on-5. 3 for 8. Look at Suzuki, man. Suzuki was like, it was 1 for 2, 50% in the offensive zone. 1 for 1, 4-on-4, 1 for 1, 5-on-4. But in general, like, dude, Suzuki was at 74% total. Neutral zone, 88,
Yeah,
offensive zone, 75. Like, bro, like that's the kind of face-offs you need. Like, I'm sure Suzuki's numbers were inflated today. Like, there's no way this guy can sustain like a 74, 75% kind of like face-off percentage. But you need someone that's there, that's consistent. Like, it can't be like 38%. And then your total overall average is 35%, going 7 for 20. You couldn't even win like 9 of them. Like, I'm not even asking you for 50%. I'm asking you like less than that. So, like what I was saying before, like they need they need a face-off coach, because if I don't know if you can pull it out right now, but look at the face-off percentages for the league. I can pretty much tell you the Canucks are last in the league.
I mean,
Like I'm pretty confident that they're last. Like no team at like the last few games, it's under 40%. While you look that up, I'll answer the question. So Poison Toad, honestly, you guys need to go into a full rebuild. Um, yeah, I mean, to be very honest, it's not now that we need a rebuild. We needed a rebuild in 2015 or 2014 when Lyndon was still the president. Like if Lyndon didn't bring in the good old Jim Benning, I think the most hated person in Canucks like fandom, we probably would have a consistent, playoff contender every year if Lyndon had the reins to do everything. But you have to know that our owners have to have a say with everything. And that's why there's never been a rebuild. It's always like on the fly, or it's like slight rebuild, or whatever word they want to use for this BS, right? So one of the middest teams in the league with just enough star power to ensure you will never get a high pick and no legit star prospects coming up. Yeah. Uh, I mean, look at our team right now. Half the team is full of AHL players, and whatever potential talent that we have in young players, it's all up here. Lander was sent back today for Mancini, so that's our D. Ratu was the centerman that came over through the Horvat deal, and he's finally making the NHL. We have the whole Calder Cup Abbey line of Bain, Sasson, and Carlson, which is great. Lekaramaki's injured. So yeah, like all of our rookies have come up already. Like there's no like nothing in the pipeline. If you look at our AHL team, the Abbey Canucks, there's no one there that actually works. Like they had to go back and sign Drew Jarkera, and he's finally like practicing, I think today. Or actually, no, they had their home opener today. Abbey Canucks, right? Is that right,
yeah,
Ty?
yeah, they did.
Yeah. So that's how desperate they are, because even like both teams, like the big club, they're not doing well. They had to immediately get Reichel to slot in. Like this guy's, hasn't really played center this year. Like he was thrown onto the wing, but also in a sense, he wasn't deployed in the right way with the Hawks. So hopefully with that said, um, if we have the right coaching and just a change of scenery for Reichel, hopefully he is that centerman that we needed. I mean, he's definitely not a second line center. Like he's probably third. But if for some odd reason or somehow coaching staff and all that work with him and he's able to jump up to the second C, great. Because definitely Sasson's not going to be like, even though we call him Max Assassin, the guy needs to work on his face-offs. Like that's the main role of a center, to win some face-offs. If you're not even doing that, what's the point? Yeah, Sasson is fast, speedy, has 3 goals for the year on the big club already. Great. But you need to make these excuse me, you need to make these face-off wins in order to have possession of it to actually make a play, right? If you can't win these face-offs, what is the point? Like you need to somehow like chase the puck, and that's not the game that you really need. So yeah, we needed a centerman, and with Hedel gone, most likely for most of the rest of the year, if not, they might even like I think someone was saying in on Canucks X Twitter, it could be like season ending injury on the LTIR. Or people are saying, man, you should just retire because this is like the sixth, seven, but like a concussion of his career. Like you need to protect yourself. Like hockey's a game. It's your job. I mean, you've made enough money already, to live well and put your family and put your family ahead of you before the game, right? So if we actually lose him, then we need someone there. But yeah, I agree with your whole take, Poison Toad. We'll see. I mean, some people after this game were saying, yeah, we should just tank for McKenna. But if you do tank, because you're always going to be mid of the pack, and you're never going to get that top pop prospect. So why not just tank? But I mean, the game with the result and how it became the result, I think that people should just hold the brakes. It's one game. They played technically the best first period all season so far, and then it just broke down. But it's one game. We'll see you next game. We're at the 10 game mark, and then we'll kind of dissect it by then. But right now, just chill, patience. That's what we need.
Yeah. Don't hit the panic button just yet. Another comment, Kuzmenko, Pew Suter, Alvin's asset management is ass. Guys sucks. Should have addressed center in the offseason. Kane signing was, yeah. I do agree with some of the things. They definitely, obviously, yeah, they should have addressed the center issue in the offseason. But hey, it's not for lack of trying. They did try. They just didn't like any of the offers. They didn't want to overpay. And yeah, I do think the whole Kane signing thing was they thought Besser was gone. So they jumped the gun on signing Kane, or trading for Kane rather, and then Besser re-signs, and they're probably even thinking, why did we bring in Kane? But that's just my take on it, that they kind of jumped the gun on getting Kane, because they probably saw Kane as a Besser replacement, but then they ended up re-signing Besser. So at least that's just my take on it and how that all went down.
Sorry, I'm just trying to look up like when the Kane trade was. Yeah, June 25th. For the fourth round pick that they're just trying to get their fourth round pick back. I think the pick actually belonged to the Oilers before. Doesn't really say. Anyways, yeah. So that was the contingency plan for Besser, and then they ended up getting him. But let's be real, like that money that was allocated over the 5.1 for the Canucks, they didn't even retain for that fourth rounder. It's 5.1 for the whole season. And what? So you're thinking that that amount's gonna cover for Besser? Like yeah. Don't get me wrong. Kane is an amazing playoff performer, but during the regular season, he falls short or takes stupid penalties, or um, he hasn't scored in 9 games. Like he doesn't even have his first goal as a Canuck. He had one in the preseason, and that was an empty net goal. So yeah, man, like, do we need I much would have rather spent that 5.1 for Pia Suter. Like the Canucks were just overconfident, and they thought that Suter was gonna stay for less money. Bro went over to St. Louis and got less than what he was asking, and he's doing well right now.
Yeah.
He's that Swiss Army knife that we needed. Like if players get injured, like Hedel did, you have that Swiss Army knife that could have just snuck in for your second. We had Pia Suter playing first line center at the end of last season. How do you not sign someone like that? Seriously. Like, it was 4.5 million. He was maybe asking 5 million. I think he ended up getting 4.5 from St. Louis on a 2-year deal. Come on, man. That is poor asset management. I agree with that. And Kane signing, yeah, it wasn't a signing, it was a trade for the fourth, which was a contingency plan. Kuzmenko was not liked by Talkett, so that's why he was traded. I mean, like Kuzmenko's tearing it up with the Kings. He
Oh yeah.
did well in the playoffs. Like he was what PD needed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He is what PD needed. So imagine if we still had Kuzmenko and Hoglander is back from injury. Like that line could tear. Seriously, that line could really tear because Kuzi and PD played so well together. PD had all his assists from Kuzmenko. I think Kuzi had like 35 goals that year. I can't remember.
I
Like
think he had,
49.
he had almost 40. He had like 38, 39 goals in that
Yeah.
one season.
Then I'm pretty sure it was 39 goals. And I mean, not all of them were assisted by PD, but still, like, come on, man. Like, how do you trade someone that's scoring 39 goals for you?
Mhm.
Like he wasn't playing well under the Tocchet system. He got a change of scenery in LA and he's playing fine.
Yeah.
Also, another thing, just to tag on to that, is Podkolzin. They gave up on Podkolzin way too early. Like he was deployed just like they weren't even thinking when they pulled him up way too early. And then all of a sudden they throw him back into the AHL. He puts work into it. He comes up. He just wasn't playing Tocchet hockey. That's why he was traded. And what was it? It was like a fourth. Oh yeah. So pretty much it was Podkolzin for Evander Kane because we got a fourth for Podkolzin. And then that fourth went back to Edmonton for Kane. And we did them a favor, not like they didn't even retain any salary. So it was straight up Podkolzin for Kane, and Podkolzin is like their second line right now. That's how pissed I am. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I think we answered your question there. Let's go for another one, just in case.
Yeah.
I don't know how many messages there are right now or comments there are. I don't, because I can't really
Yeah.
see them.
We have a couple more, but I just want to add on to the whole Kuzmenko thing. That still hurts. That still hurts me that when we traded Kuzi away, that still hurts.
It's
And
because you have their jersey.
well,
You
yeah,
have his jersey. That's why.
yeah. Well, that's part of the reason. But I also absolutely loved Kuzmenko as well. I absolutely loved him, and I hate to say this. Well, actually, I don't hate to say it, but fuck Rick Tocchet for that. Him, them. That's what I'll say. There you go. Hot take.
Damn.
Sound bite.
Oh, okay.
And just
Okay.
also
Okay.
because he's coaching the Flyers now, and that's Sam's favorite team. So there's another reason for that too. But yeah, let's look at this one. Another one from Poison Toad. Even if one or two of your young guys hit, the amount of holes you have to fill are seriously overwhelming. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong
Yeah.
about that.
I mean, there isn't like we don't have any center depth right now in the pipelines, and if not, like, why would they go and trade for Reichel? I think for the Reichel trade, I was actually a bit surprised because aside from us, there was San Jose who might have been interested, Oilers who might have been interested before. Uh, who was it that was signed? That off-season holdout.
Why am I drawing a blank of his name? We talked about him a shit ton on this channel.
Yeah,
Jack Roslovic.
yeah. So Roslovic went to
The Oilers.
Edmonton,
Yeah.
and he has a condition that it's up until November 1st, I believe. That there's a no trade clause up until November 1st. So after that, he can be traded. I don't know if you know about that.
I didn't
But
even know about that, and that's like a week away.
Yeah, and when I was reading it, I was like, till November 1st. Oh, okay, that's probably when Hyman comes back. So yeah, that's why they didn't really pursue the whole Reichel trade. So I think the teams that were in it from rumors and all of that was Edmonton, Vancouver, San Jose, and I think Detroit. So those are the four teams that were interested in Reichel, and then Canucks ended up getting it. And is it because Chicago got their own fourth round pick back? Or I don't know. Like it's just weird because that fourth round pick that we got was for Sam Lafferty and Mikheyev.
Yeah.
So if you look back at the whole thing in terms of the trade tree, it would have been Mikheyev and Lafferty for Reichel.
Yeah. When you put it that way, it doesn't sound good.
Like Mikheyev is doing well now in Chicago. He needed to change his scenery, and it was like a whole coaching thing. Like seriously, like I think talk it like what you just said, that whole hot take, your profanity and all that about Talkit. He kind of messed up. He kind of messed up the team a little bit too, if you look at it, because we got rid of Mikheyev. I mean, he was doing very poorly, but he didn't fit the system. We got rid of Kuzmenko. And for some reason, some odd reason, like Talkit was not a PD fan.
Yeah.
And I think that was the final straw of Talkit leaving, because if they kept JT Miller, I think Talkit would have re-signed. And because he loves players like JT Miller. I mean, who doesn't, man? Like this guy wins faceoffs. This guy's like that true power forward, scores goal. Besser obviously, capitalized on it because of the great passing that Miller had. Halkett kind of ruined it. So yeah, what's going on, Rev Trav?
Yeah. Kempner in the house. Swerve and Irvin.
What's up, Irv?
Irv's in the house. What's up, Irv? But yeah, definitely. We got another one. Speaking of Elias Pettersson, another one from Poison Toad. We don't know if EP is legit. You don't have any one wingers, which is basically what you just said about like Kuzmenko. Don't have any depth. You have two great defensemen and nothing after that, and an injury plagued goalie. Again, they're not wrong about that. No.
So with that said, imagine if Demko's not Demko right now. Like he's not playing like bubble Demko right now. Imagine where the team would be. The wins that we have right now, the one in Dallas, the one in Chicago because of the shootout. We wouldn't have 4 wins right now if not for Demko. So Demko, if things didn't work out, like the worst sort of scenario would Demko didn't play well, and then Hedel gets injured, which he did. Those are the things that they were falling on or hoping not to happen, and one of them happened, and we're still 4-5 right now. With a win tomorrow, hopefully against the Oilers, they would be at 500, and that's lucky. Like that's not even a playoff. Like you have to be over 500 to be in playoffs. But at the 10-game mark tomorrow, we're either going to be 4-6 or 5-5. But even at 5-5, how confident are you?
Definitely. And yeah, Irvin, outside of JT Miller, Besser, who was EP40's best line mate, we just talked about him. Andrei Kuzmenko. And Japan 4 answered that too. Japan 4 in the house. What's up, Japan 4?
What's up, man?
Irvin said this is actually interesting, not including Toffoli because he wasn't here for very long. I thought Toffoli actually played really well with PD. I know there was more sample size, and I even actually did a video during the offseason where it's like, talked about us not re-signing Toffoli and how stupid that was and how we should have re-signed him. And I kind of did something a little cheeky. I took, that Katy Perry song, The One That Got Away, and I applied that to Tyler Toffoli because I do feel as though Toffoli was the one that got away for us. But that's just my opinion.
But the reason why Toffoli wasn't signed, it was during the Benning era. It was that offseason where we lost Toffoli, Tanev, Markstrom, I can't remember who else we lost, but that was that summer that we're just thinking like, what the hell is going on? Like you lose all of these players that are part of the core, the so-called core that could have done well because they did well in the bubble, right? Like those are the players that, because we got Toffoli, I think at trade deadline, it wasn't like a huge trade, but it was great at the time. And, with that team, if they signed everyone there, I think we would have been back in the playoffs the next year. But no, they had to let go of Tanev. Tanev was like, yeah, I'm not coming back. Went to Calgary, took Markstrom with him, or vice versa. And then Toffoli, I think at that point went to the Jets because he
Foley,
had some
I think he went to
stocks.
Montreal. He went to Montreal.
Oh, Montreal, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was traded to the Jets the next deadline.
Was it the Jets or was it the Flames? May have been the Flames. He got.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I don't have that in front of me, but I think it was the Flames he got traded to. But yeah.
And now he's with the Sharks.
Now he's with the Sharks, and yeah, he's not going anywhere. He purposely signed. Was it a long-term deal? But he could have gone to a contender, but he chose to go with the Sharks. Clearly, he doesn't care about winning. He just wanted the bag, and that's what San Jose gave him. So, plus he gets to play with Celebrini and Smith. So, I mean, hey, if you don't care about winning a cup,
And Misa, you can't forget Misa, man.
And Misa, yeah, Misa.
If you forget Misa, someone's gonna get mad if he comes and watches your stream.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Irvin has it here. Signed with Montreal, traded to Flames, then traded to New Jersey, and then he went to Winnipeg.
Yeah,
briefly. And then
sorry, I totally forgot about the Flames and New Jersey, but actually he did well in New Jersey. He played pretty well for New Jersey.
Ooh, Swervin with a hot take. Lotto line with Toffoli was heads and shoulders better than the OG Lotto line. Ooh.
Yeah, I believe that.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that. Because Toffoli is another Besser, but they wanted to keep Besser at the time. So they're just like, whatever. Like, if you're going to leave, leave. That's the reason why, because they wanted to keep Besser at that point. At that point.
Yeah.
And Toffoli's current contract is actually $6 million, and he signed for 4 years for a $24 million contract.
Wow.
Signed until 2028.
He wanted the bag, so he wasn't looking to go to a contender.
Yeah.
And Kevin Gay is not wrong. San Jose is going to come up. I mean, yeah, they have the potential. They got, the young guys, Misa, Celebrini, Smith. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you ask SGA, he'll tell you they're coming up. Absolutely.
Yeah, man, like that first win for San Jose, Celebrini hat trick, and then someone else had 2 goals. I can't remember. Was it we talked about this during the last stream.
Yeah, I think it was Smith.
Will Smith, right? Yeah.
Had a big night that night too. Yeah.
Yeah. Will Smith had a good night tonight too in Toronto.
Guys, Russell told me a story about Aquilini's cheapness. Oh, do tell, Swervin. What is this story? Or give us like an abridged version if you can in the chat.
Yeah, let's make this interesting. If you don't mind, Tyler, why don't we invite Irvin on? I love talking to Irvin. Like, yo, Irvin, if you're up for it, come on the stream because you're one of those people. Like on Clay's stream, I think the most fun we had was the hot take or like this and that. Like, who would you pick of me and Irvin on Clay's stream? That was a lot of fun, and we talked about doing something like that again. And yeah, I mean, if you have time and Tyler, since Tyler's having me, I think if Irvin wants to jump on whenever you can, do jump on because I think it'll bring the views up as Tyler wants it for his channels. Because Irvin has some good takes. Irvin has some good takes.
Yeah, he says he'll come on for a second. I did just send him the link. But yeah, and besides, he can share us that story.
Exactly. Any more messages we need to? Yeah.
Not a fan of Zach, but he's been a guy management wants who we got to give up. He's. I would definitely Zach is going to be expensive. You might have to give up one of your young guys for him, and I'm not just quite there yet.
I don't know if you guys saw the fake
I saw
out.
that.
Yeah, so it was a first, Lakaramaki and that defenseman. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Oh, Sawyer Minio, yeah,
Minio. If that trade actually happened, dude, the Canucks got fleeced. And there we go. We got Irvin.
There we go.
What's going on, brother?
Hey guys.
Swerve
coming
Never.
out of the
Do you wanna-
lift.
First appearance.
Do you,
First appearance.
do you
want
wanna hear the story?
Swerve Never. Oh yeah, give it to us.
okay, so again, take this with a grain of salt because this is a secondhand story, but this is what Russell told me from somebody he said was close to the situation, that this person asked Francesco Aquilini, hey, it must be really exciting that you guys are going to win the cup soon. This is in 2011. And that Aquilini's response with a straight face was, I'd really rather not have to buy these guys the rings. And if you want to believe that or not,
Holy,
and
you
I don't
just
know.
dropped a bomb, man.
Holy.
I could see it because the cheapest people in the world are the richest people.
Exactly.
Like,
Why
I
are they
have a-
rich? Because they're thrifty. I mean, cheap.
So that's that. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's in the public domain now, so it's kind of like
Wow.
it's kind of
No, I mean, was it on Russell's stream?
yeah. Russell dropped that story in his stream. So
Okay.
yeah.
Wow, that is something else. As you saw by my reaction, I spat out my drink as you said that. Yeah,
And,
wow.
like the thing is, with when it comes to the Stanley Cup, owners will never admit this, but they care more about. But I know Aquilini cares more about playoff revenue than he does about winning in the playoffs.
No, that's not true. It's not true. It's only half true because Aquilini is a business person. All he cares is about money. It's not about how the team is doing or how well it can be. Like, obviously, if it does well,
Mhm.
great, because you get that playoff revenue,
Mhm.
and that's an extra few million for, let's say, the two to what is it, 2 to 4 playoff game revenue. That could be a few million, right? But yeah, it's more of a business person thing. That's why the Canucks, like the valuation right now is so low. It's terrible if you look at it. I mean, they did the standings a couple months ago. They're running the Canucks as a business as opposed to an actual hockey club. Because if you let the people that know hockey deal with it, and you're an investor for it, step away, then the Canucks can flourish. But if you need to have a say in every little minor detail on trades, players, etc., which is why we are in the situation we are right now, losing Horvat, Miller, Kuzmenko, whatever, Toffoli, Tanev, Markstrom, the list goes on.
Mhm.
It's because of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys read Never Boring at all?
No, I haven't.
No,
So
haven't.
I just finished it recently, and if you believe everything that's in that book, which I tend to, that's the chapter where it talks about those guys walking in October of 2020 points the finger slowly at Aquilini.
Oh,
Because
100%.
look at what
Yeah.
they were facing, right? Do you remember when Bruce Boudreau came in and he won 7 straight games to start? Remember that?
Oh yeah.
And they were hot. And then there was a bout of like some COVID, I think Omicron was happening at the time. So
Yeah.
their options
It
were
was, it was like
continue.
around like December in
Yeah.
November, December time.
So their options were continue the momentum and play in an empty building, or and that would have meant that would have hurt their revenue because it's like you're just playing 2 games without people in there, or postpone the games. They chose the latter, obviously. But it would have been nice for them to continue that momentum at that time. That was crazy. 7 straight games with Bruce Boudreau.
Yeah. Bruce, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm of the belief. I'm sorry if this is kind of going on a tangent for you guys. I don't know what you guys were talking about before I jumped on. I'm of the belief that I don't think we'll win until this ownership changes, which is a big ask because I think Aquilini got in at like a quarter of a billion, and now it's almost at a billion now.
Yeah.
I've seen people in certain chat rooms be like, "Oh, Michael Bublé could get it," or Ryan Reynolds. I'm like, those two guys combined, I don't even think they would be able to get a quarter of the cost. So
I
they're
mean,
only so rich.
if you look at the whole like Aquilini family, like didn't they have this court case about the brothers and all that,
There was a falling out
right?
recently.
Yeah.
Paolo got
Right.
out, remember?
So exactly. So I mean, unless it's some ridiculous amount that Aquilinis can say no to. Like they're here to stay. Like there's no
Yeah.
way. Like I remember going at the end of the season to the season like the sale at the team store. And I was just parking my car. I just had to go in and pick up something. And Aquilini was walking down the stairs outside. Like, cause you know, the Aquilini building is right in front of the team store now. Like that's
Right.
where they built the whole apartments, right? He was coming out. Another fan came by and he's like, yo, sell the team, man. Like, I was like, oh,
I've seen
like,
that video. I've seen that video. And
I
he did
was
look like,
there. Yeah, I was there. I just parked my car and I was just gonna jump in, grab something, and then leave. And I saw that and I was just like, bro, that took balls, man.
I mean,
He's never gonna
what's he
sell.
gonna do?
He's never gonna sell. He's never gonna sell.
Unless it's an offer that he can't walk away from. But
Yeah,
for
if you
me,
give him even if you give him 3 billion, because isn't the valuation at 2.8?
oh gosh, something like that. Like they're just printing money at this point, you know?
I
When you
mean,
look at
the cheapest
everything.
beer is 975 right now at the arena. 975 for the cheapest beer at Rogers Arena.
Yeah.
Like my buddy, he only drinks beer, and we all call him a cheap drunk. And he's like, "Well, you can't call me a cheap drunk if I'm at Rogers Arena anymore."
Yeah. And yeah, for me, everything with this team, you can almost always trace back to the top, which is Francesco Aquilini. Like, how long have we had Utah Mammoth around in the NHL, and they already have a practice facility? You guys seen the videos of how beautiful that thing is? All right, all it takes is an owner who's willing to write the check, and this guy is so
No,
cheap. He's so
so
cheap.
it's because he's cheap. Like if you look at the space that Cirque du Soleil is at, like over at Plaza Nations, right? If they were to actually take money and buy, I don't think the Aquilinis own it. If they were to buy that land, they would have a practice facility right across from the rink, and it's convenient for the players and all of that. Why go all the way out into what is it like New West, or go out to somewhere in Vancouver that takes at least minimum 30 to 45 minutes from the arena for the players to go to,
Yeah.
just to accommodate for the practice facilities. They're even using like ice rinks that are already built right now just to save the money, and all the practices are held at UBC unless they have the ice at Rogers when there's no other events. But how often is that going to happen? Because they're always going to try to pack Rogers Arena for concerts, for whatever the hell that makes revenue. They don't care about hockey. That is the problem.
Yeah. And if look at what happened with Chicago, is they had who's it? Bill Wirtz was the owner for their team for the longest time. Super old school. He used to take the Blackhawks games off of TV if they didn't sell out the arena. Like a lot of dumb shit that made the fans like really angry. And then when he died, that's when Rocky took over, and then boom, 3 cups in 5 years.
Yeah.
Everything changed.
I think you need management that actually cares about the team and is willing to have hands off, to actually like if you go through these interviews and you hire these GMs and presidents, like, well, I don't even know if I can say that about Rutherford and Alvin anymore, but if you do that, just let them do their thing. They're not your puppets. Like Lyndon tried to do that. I said that earlier in the
Yep.
stream. Bro, like if Lyndon was there, we still would have picked Petey at that draft before Lyndon resigned. We still would have had Petey, but I was thinking in a way like if we didn't have Petey, we didn't have to worry about is this guy the $11.6 million player. At that point, we could have had Matthew Kachuk. He would have potentially left. It's fine. We would have gotten a haul for that. We wouldn't have drafted Jake Virtanen or OJ. And imagine what kind of team we would have had. But with that said, we wouldn't have Quinn Hughes,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, it's a give and take. We are where we are right now because Linden left. But if we kept Linden, this team could be potentially a contender year after year because we had the pipeline, because they had the asset management that Linden believed in. But Linden doesn't give a shit now, right?
Mhm.
I mean, he came to the 30th anniversary, like at the season opener, but if you had someone like Linden that stayed there and not a puppet like Jim Benning, we would have a good team right now. I mean, if we didn't have Benning, we would have had Toffoli. We would have had Markstrom stay. Demko would have had more time to develop. He wouldn't be right off the bat bubble Demko, but we would have had all these other players that made a good team. Seriously. Anyways.
Yep. And like ownership. That's why when I saw the thing with Frank Cervelli talking about buying out PDC, I'm like, PD, I said, you're out to lunch, man. He's not gonna. We're already paying OEL until 2030. We're not gonna have another buyout.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely not
gotta-
happening.
that's not
You got to
happening.
ride it out with PD.
I mean, that's why he played well tonight because
Yeah,
he heard the
showed it
buyout
tonight.
thing and he's just like, he showed up. He showed up.
Yeah. Anyways, I just want to drop that in there about what Russell said. That's interesting, but again, got to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
we believe it. I mean, it like all signs point to it. So, but thank you for
Yeah,
Thanks,
coming on
thanks
for
for
coming
today.
having
on,
me.
Irv.
I appreciate
it.
you, brother.
Till next time.
Yeah.
Peace.
Anyway, that was Swerve and Irvin. Awesome guy. I gotta have him on a lot more for sure.
Yeah,
I
you
love
can have
hearing-
him replace me.
Oh no, I don't think anyone can replace you, Gerald. Come on. But yeah, no, yeah, that was quite the tangent. I absolutely loved it, and I mean, hey, it works out. Neither one of us really watched a whole lot of the game, so there you go. A lot of insight on, well, more so a lot of Aquilini trash talk, but hey, we're allowed.
Just to throw a little tidbit in there. So we were talking about the valuation of the Canucks. I'm looking at Forbes. I'm not looking at the. I'm not looking.
Urban, the line change featuring Asian Avenue. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Love it. I'm not looking at the actual list that the Athletic posted out, but as of December 2024, the Canucks team valuation was 1.95 billion. Their actual investment, let's see, price paid was 207 million back in 2005. So that was 20 years ago.
Wow.
And that's almost like 10x, well, at least 9x, right? Debt value 6%, operating income 41 million. Operating income is 41 million. That's weird. I guess that's not including the players, but player expenses 112 million. Revenue per fan is $56. I don't believe that at all. But yeah, there was a comment that you pulled up earlier, and he said something about ticket prices and all that. If you can just pull that back up. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Saturday game, I think I don't know if any of you follow Taj on X. I mean, I have him on one of my accounts and it just popped up and he says, when was the last time the Montreal Canadiens were in town on a Saturday night? Well, early game, obviously, 4 p.m. That you had this many tickets not sold. And there was at least 20 to 30% of the tickets of the arena that were unsold for the Montreal game. They jumped the prices up. Seriously, like I share my season tickets with a few people. We started in 2020, no, 2019, just before COVID. At that point, lower bowl seats for the season, I think, was somewhere hovering around for a pair of tickets. I think it was like 8 or 9 grand. And now this season in 2025, so 5 years later, for a pair of tickets lower bowl, you're looking at roughly 12, 13. They didn't increase every year. Like they didn't stay the same. I mean, if you look at different sports team business models, the Leafs and the Raptors, MLSE, their group, they do it well because they up the prices of the upper bowls one year and then they up the lower bowls the next year. So it's like one off every year. So it's every 2 years that it increases. They increased it by 10% every year for the last 5 years. Every year it went up. It doesn't matter if the team did well or if they didn't. If the team did well, it would go up even a little bit more. Like it was to a point where I was just like, screw it. Like I'm not doing this. That's why our seats are in the upper bowl now because there's no way you're paying that kind of money for 41 games plus preseason every year just to go to the Canucks. Like there's no way. Like if you have to get a pair of seats every year. It can't be one single. And if even if you share with another person, how are you able to go to 20 games or 21 games a year? Like it's impossible. And with the concessions inside that go up every year, like I said, beer is 9.75 now. Popcorn is $12. The so-called fan collector bucket, I think last year it was like 12 or 14. It's up to like 16 something now.
Well,
Like like I said, Aquilinis are all about making money. It's a business to them. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about the hockey. If they did, there'd be a practice facility. And I mean, yeah.
I love this comment from Urban. Guys, let's pivot to PWHL and get season tickets.
Yeah, those are going well, man. I
Yeah.
mean, they play it at PNE. What is
Yeah.
it? The Agrodome.
Well, no. I think the Agrodome is their practice facility, and then the
Oh,
Coliseum. Yeah, the
yeah.
PWHL team has a practice facility, and the Canucks do not.
Yeah,
Um,
think about it. Why didn't the Canucks jump on that before the PWHL came? They could have
I,
just been like, yeah, let's practice at the Coliseum or let's practice at the Agrodome.
I don't know. That's a really good question. But yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go with that. But yeah, I actually, if you guys, I'm not sure if you know this, but I actually almost did have season tickets for PWHL. Like I signed up for it. I registered for it. I did like the payment or whatever, like the down payment. And then I canceled them because they were going to be too expensive at the time. Like this was back in August. I was kind of struggling a little bit financially. So I was like, I need to get rid of some stuff. And unfortunately, the PWHL season tickets was one of them. So I had to get rid of my season tickets for it.
How much
But
were they? Just
I think
curious.
I think it was.
Because they only had lower bowl, right?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't even remember which. I didn't even get a chance to pick my seats. I didn't even get that far before I canceled. But I think it was. I want to say probably was 600. I think something. I can't
Because
remember
they
the
only
exact number.
They don't have a lot of games. What is it, like a dozen games, like home games a
Yeah,
year?
yeah, yeah. It's the games were nothing like what we have for the Canucks. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like way different.
It's kind of like the Warriors. The Warriors have 10 home games a year. And per seat, like club seats, run you like I think it's like less than 2 grand or a grand. I don't know. I think no. It was something ridiculous. Like the higher, like because they only have the lower bowl for the Warriors, and each game comes out to like $20, but you're sitting in the club seats. So it's about $300 for season tickets, and you can actually swap out games. So say if you had this game you can't go to, but you want extra tickets for a different game, they can just swap it for you. So it was something ridiculous, like less than 500 for the whole year for a pair of seats for the Warriors.
Really good comment from Irvin here. Montreal got rid of Marc Bergevin November 28th, 2021. We got rid of Benning December 5th, 2021. And Montreal was coming off a Stanley Cup final appearance. Interesting. I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't look too much into Montreal because I'm obviously Canucks fan. But interesting there. And then he goes on to say, funny how both franchises have gone since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Montreal on the up, Vancouver on the down. But yeah, Urban's got a good point here too. Everything sold on Van Base is Ackley property. I believe so.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but I believe so. Yes. I mean, you'll notice even with Van Base, they don't have an actual website. Like you can't order shit on their website, or no, actually no. Yet yes, you can. That's wrong. You can because that's how I got my JT Miller jersey. I just simply picked it up from the Canucks store. But you'll notice they try and make it so you have to go to the Canucks store to get something. Like,
No. It's not try to. It's just they charge a lot for shipping.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they do give you the option to pick it up at the Canucks store, which is pretty cool.
And you know what happens then?
Uh,
They drive you into the store, hoping that you buy more stuff from the store.
Yeah, true. But they weren't able to get me out that day when I got the JT Miller jersey. I was like, I already spent money on this. I ain't spending money on anything else. Comment from Kempner. Montreal has size with their decor. Their forwards are small but skilled. Absolutely. And Trav, you hit the nail right on the head. They do have size with their decor. I mean, it's like what you mentioned earlier. They picked up Dobson. Great pickup by Montreal. We're really like pumping the Montreal tires in this. May as well call this a Montreal Canadiens post-game show.
Well, I mean, the post game show has to do with Montreal and Vancouver, right? So, I mean, if we're talking about Montreal, it's all good.
Yeah. That was just me doing a little joke on that. But yeah, their forwards are small, and a lot of people were harping on the Canucks going after a guy like Marco Rossi. Look at Montreal. Look at how small their guys are. Their forwards are, and they're 7-3. They're all skilled, but Kemner does make a good point here. But can Montreal win a cup with that strategy? Who knows? That's a very good point.
Well, I mean, look at their rookie goaltender. Like, I would say they have a pretty good duo right now.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them, Montembeault's hasn't been great to start the season, but he'll pick up back to form. But your new rookie,
Yeah.
Dobesh, I mean, they're doing well. They're hitting it right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're like a black horse this year.
Mm-hmm. Irvin, hard skilled, have a team full of Garlands. Yeah, absolutely. And he goes, Gallagher equals the OG Connor Garland. Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, I back in the day had season tickets. Well, not me personally, but my dad had them. Season tickets for the Giants when they were at the Coliseum. And we went to a lot of Vancouver Giants games. Those were very fun games to go to. It's junior hockey. They got something to prove. So it's going to be, it's going to be tough hockey. And they're, going to give it 100% every single night. And this was right around the time that Gallagher was with the Giants. So obviously, I got an up close look at Gallagher, and yeah, he was scrappy. Even with the Giants, he was a scrappy guy, man. He was like the OG Connor Garland. He played like Connor Garland with the Giants, and I
Didn't Evander Kane play at the same time?
yeah,
He played
Evander
for the
Kane,
Giants.
he played for the Giants too, and that's why I actually kind of like Kane. Not the penalties that he takes, because those are dumb, but that's one reason why I do like Kane, is because I remember him when I went to Giants games and watching him play. So
Yo, I need to send you a video later. Of I don't know if yeah, because you didn't really watch the game. I recorded it afterwards. It was when Kane took that penalty on Caulfield. I don't know if you see it on the stats and all that. So he took a penalty in the third, I think around I want to say just after the 15-minute mark, and he cross-checked Caulfield into the boards. It was Canucks on the offense, and he yells obscenities towards towards the ref, and the mics picked it all up on the on the actual stream. I was just like, that's hilarious. But I'll send that to you later.
yeah, definitely send that to me for sure. Swerven, I got to see Kane as a Giant back then. Gordie Howe was in the building to present an award. Yeah, that was. I think that's a lot of people don't remember. Gordie Howe was like a partial owner of the Giants,
Yeah,
along with Michael Bubble. I call him Bubble, not Buble. But yeah, and I believe he still has a stake in that team as well. Like Buble, he still has partial ownership of the team. At least I think. I mean, I obviously, since they moved out to Langley, I don't really keep up with the Giants anymore. That was the thing too. When they moved out to Langley, my dad and I said, "That's it. No more season tickets. We're not making the trek all the way out to Langley." And that was very disappointing when they left the Coliseum. But I, I again don't know the exact reason why they did it. It might have had to do with
no,
money.
it's the arena itself. Like they need to upgrade it. I mean,
Yeah,
the building's been there since what, like the 70s, and they
yeah.
haven't done any upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
But God, I don't even know what the Vancouver PWHL team is called. But is it Tripits?
They don't have a name yet for the
Oh,
PWHL.
they don't. Okay. Um, yeah, because I was talking to Lucas Gates, and he was saying it should have been this name, but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, they do some upgrades at Coliseum,
Irvin, I would buy the Maple Leafs
and
and
then
run them into the ground. Man, Justin is gonna love that comment. Justin doesn't hesitate to throw some shade towards the Leafs. I saw he made a post on Facebook wearing a Blue Jays jersey, and then he completely right away ripped into the Leafs. I absolutely loved it. It was awesome. I love giving Leaf hate, despite the fact that I absolutely love Steve Dangle and the Steve Dangle podcast. I love watching those guys, and I forget his why do I
S
forget his name?
S
Yeah, SDP. Steve,
N.
wait, Steve. Yeah, SDP. I do like Blake, um, who's does a lot of Blue Jays content on that same channel, but it's kind of separate from Steve and Adam. But I love Blake on that. He's great. Just his energy, especially watching his reaction to that Game 1 World Series, and then especially Game 7. His live reaction to it was awesome.
Hey,
Jesse Blake. Jesse Blake.
Jesse Blake, since we're talking about this, I actually have a question for you. What
Yeah.
did you think when Vladdy came to Game 7 in an Austin Matthews jersey that didn't have the A, walking into the building?
I mean,
Were you
I didn't.
like, oh my God, does he know nothing about hockey?
Not initially until Justin pointed that out. Until Justin said something is when I thought about it. I was like, Vladdy, what are you doing? But at first, when I first saw it, I didn't think anything of it, didn't care. And then Justin made that exact same comment about like, he's wearing an Austin Matthews jersey for Game 7. Does he not realize Matthews is shit in Game 7? Does not, you know,
He's like 0 for 3, 0 for I don't even know what the numbers are, but
Yeah.
they've choked every game. Like the last one was like a massive choke. Like he didn't, no assists, no goals, nothing. Like didn't fucking show up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, it didn't bother me at first. And then Justin said something. And then that's when I was like, uh-oh. Like, uh-oh. But hey, it ended up working out. Nothing happened. Jays still ended up winning. And then, of course, Austin Matthews returned the favor, wearing a Blue Jays jersey. I think it was
And
like
did they
the
win?
following day. I don't even know if the Leafs won or not. I wasn't paying attention to that. I was too more into the Blue Jays. Irvin, are you worried about the Drake curse? Remind me again what the Drake curse is. I know he was at the game the other day or the other night. So, let's see. We have one from Stephen Wong. What do you think of this trade proposal? This is a good one. Pavel Zacha for Filipino, a 2026 second-round pick. Vancouver's pick, Niels Höglander and Victor Mancini. You had me up until Niels Höglander and Victor Mancini. You had me for that. But I don't think Boston would do a straight 1-for-1, especially with Hedl being injured right now. Yeah, I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know if I'd give up Höglander and Mancini for Pavel Zacha. That seems like a little bit of an overpay to me.
Oh
What
yeah,
about
for
you?
sure. They're not gonna take on Hedl
Yeah.
because I think it seems like he's probably gonna retire or he should retire. 2026 second Hogs and Mancini. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I don't. I mean, it looks like something that they might bite on, but do they need Hoglander? Does Boston need Hoglander? And Mancini, yeah, he's gonna develop well. Like he's one of those D-men that he's an offensive defenseman, and that would be good. But yeah, Hogs Mancini for Zaka, I don't know. I would do Lekermaki and Mino
Minio,
for
yeah.
Zaka,
Minio for
and that's
Zacha.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Irvin, so will the Dodgers play Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar on every home run? Yeah, I've seen a lot of that on social media, the whole Drake Lamar thing because the Jays and Dodgers. I mean, I don't read too much into the whole Drake Kendrick Lamar thing, but I did see that and I thought that was pretty funny. Where are we? Okay, saying I would give Willander over Mancini, but Hogs would have to go to make cap work. Yeah, but I don't know. Actually, this just dawned on me. Hogs is injured right now. Would Boston want to take on that?
Not right now.
On top of Hedl being injured too. I don't think Boston would bite on that.
I mean, if it's healthy Hogs, healthy Hedel, I
Then yeah,
think
probably.
I think Hedel and Hogs would do the job. Like no picks, nothing else, no prospects. But given the situation they're in, both of them are injured. I don't think that's gonna happen. But Willander over Mancini, yeah, I guess so.
I don't know about that. I mean, between the two, I mean, we haven't seen much from Willander, so I can't really say too much. But I absolutely love Mancini, and I would hate to give him up. But
Yeah,
that's
but
just me. Hedl is a cap favorite. Will be LTR most of them.
yeah,
But we don't actually know that for sure.
No, because the thing is, if you can get season-ending LTIR, then no one needs to. Well, yeah, I guess you would need the favor just to eat up the contract.
I don't know what this is. Not too late to switch, guys. What? Switch what exactly? Like what teams? What become Canadiens fans? I don't know about that. But yeah, this is actually a good one from Irvin. Sucks that we threw in Bruce. I can't even pronounce that. But the player that we traded to Calgary for Lindholm, considering we might have to potentially trade Willander. Yeah, we lost a trade
For
chip.
Stavich.
Yeah,
For
for
Stavich.
Stavich. We definitely lost a trade chip there because you could include him in a trade to get a 2C if we still had him, but we gave him away for Lindholm, who ended up just being a rental.
God, imagine if we still had Lindholm, like just slots in for 2C.
Oh yeah,
Oh man. We wouldn't even need Bluger anymore.
no. Looks like Peach Rap is a Habs fan, which is fine. Says go Habs go.
Hey, but I gotta say, like Montreal, Bell Center, right?
Mhm.
Bell Center, dude, magical place.
Oh yeah,
Like
oh yeah.
it's just the best. It's like the mecca of hockey, to be very honest. Like it's kind of like MSG for basketball. Well, MSG is also a mecca,
Mhm.
but in Canada, it would be Bell Center hands down.
Absolutely. I mean, I've never been to the Bell Center, but I've heard Bell
Only
Center.
thing is, if you're up in the nosebleeds, there's only one way up and one way down. Like you can't go like before you go up to your seats, you have to get all your drinks, food, and all that stuff, and then you go up, and you can't go down until the
Oh,
end of the game. I think something like that. But yeah,
shit. Yeah. Lindholm becomes just a rental. Oh, Irvin, want to get nuts? What would we get in a trade for Quentin Jerome Hughes? Okay, so Irvin wants to go there. um,
3 first-round picks to start.
okay, yeah, let's. I guess we're going there. Let's go there. 1 million first round picks. 1 million. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get your what would you get in a trade for Quinn Hughes? You just said 3 million.
No. Minimum to start is 3 first-round picks.
Oh,
3.
okay. Okay.
And a D prospect. Uh, like an NHL and like an NHL like I don't want to say prospect, but like an NHL player of some sort, and that can replace the D, and then 2 more prospects.
Yeah.
That's a lot to ask. I know that's a lot to ask, but like you don't get a Quinn Hughes every day or
Mhm.
every year. Like, I mean, will Schaefer become a Hughes? Right? So it's tough. But to be very honest, I think was it here in the chat that someone said to trade Hughes that would speed up the whole rebuild process, right? I think that, or it was one of my chats, I don't know. Um, it's honestly kind of a shame because we're wasting Huggy's years here,
Mhm.
like that potential and all that. Like he hasn't had good players to play around. I mean, you have PD. He had like the 23-24 season was just unreal. And yeah, JT, PD, everyone sort of at their peak. I don't want to say at their peak, but they were good.
Mhm.
But imagine Quinn Hughes on a team that was like Vegas. Dude, they'd be winning the cup every year. Like every year, right? Um, so to hold Quinn back to get that, you might as well just get a haul and just let him go. Because if all Quinn wants is to win, might as well just make that happen and then just do a full rebuild, quick rebuild, something that Habs did. Habs did very well in the rebuild, but yeah.
Mhm. Russell in the house. Nothing is perfect. Um, said I've had some time to think about tonight. Great.
And
And or actually, I should do it the same way If you guys ever seen Dude, Where's My Car? And
Yeah.
then okay, sorry, comments are coming in so fast like when I go to click on one. Okay, so first one, Pedersen was a beast tonight. Yes, he was.
Agreed.
Even though again he's a fucking Dodgers fan. That still got me peeved that he predicted the Dodgers. Quinn looked great. Yeah, he did. 2 points tonight. Looked definitely a lot better than he has the last couple games, that's for sure.
For sure.
And I didn't even watch the game. And even I know that. And then Russell, and we were still gonna make the playoffs. I love the optimism, Russell. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I mean, like he's not wrong, right? He's not wrong because I mean the team played one of the best first periods the whole season so far. And when Reichel gets some reps, like practice time, then like Reichel didn't get any special teams today.
Mhm.
So if Reichel were to get some practice time, get some reps and all that, the team gels a bit more. He could potentially replace Hedel. Because Hedel wasn't consistent anyways, right? Hedel had some good games to start the season, but he wasn't consistent. Like he's not that consistent, right? So if Reichel can replicate some of that, then I think, yeah, of course, we can still be a playoff team, but Russell thinks elsewise. No, and then
Well, no, I think that was just a addition
yeah,
to
just a
the
joke, just
and
a
then.
joke.
No, and then.
So is that lady on
But
the oh,
yeah, but Russell does say this, and Russell, you and I might have to have a chat, my dude. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's joking, but he says I'm also a Dodgers fan. Yeah, that's my reaction to that. But no, I love it. I love it. He says he agrees with RevTrev. I thought we were gonna get slapped tonight. Kane is the reason we lost. He can't lose the game for us every single night. Yeah, I heard he took some pretty stupid penalties. But it's like at the same time, Rev said this on his stream. I caught a little bit of his after I had finished doing my Blue Jays live stream. He said, like that. This is what Kane does. He takes stupid penalties. He has grit. And I think I commented this in his chat saying, Kane brings us grit and bad penalties. That's what Evander Kane brings us.
no, but the problem is he doesn't bring the grit. Like he's not standing up for players when it needs to. Even though, like, fine, Foot came out and said, don't do the retaliation. We don't want, penalties to make it 4-4, et cetera, et cetera. Like he doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't really move the needle to be like. He's not like a Zadorov type,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Got Urban. This is a good one from Urban. Let's say Hoglander comes back and he's 100% again. Where do you put Kane? That's actually a really good question.
You trade his ass.
Urban says bottom 6 for Kane. Yeah, I could see that. I think what was it? I mean, again, I didn't actually watch the game, but wasn't it at one point Kane was not in the top 6? He was like on the 3rd line at one point, I think. Or it may have been like the last game or something. They've been doing
No, it was the last game.
They were doing some shuffling, and Kane was on the 3rd line. They could still do that. Russell, the Vancouver Dodgers. Man. Then Urban, the Vancouver Rogers. That name would go over well with in England. I mean, that's actually pretty funny considering the Jays are owned by Rogers.
Hey, Russell, you realize that the Vancouver Canadiens is the farm team for the Jays, right?
I think he knows that. I mean, I know that. But I mean, hey, there you go. Change the name to the Vancouver Dodgers after this series is over. Regardless of who wins or loses. Kevin K, I think Foot is saying the right things, but wishing Kane stood up. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would say Foot's definitely saying the right things, but we've also, not necessarily tonight, but over the last several games, we've seen his inexperience with as a head coach. We've seen it.
Like the deployment
Yeah, like the deployment of lines and whatnot. We've seen that inexperience show.
or the
Not that
line
I
call
think
ups or like the player call ups.
maybe that as well. Yeah, definitely. Because like I mentioned in that conversation I had with Matt Zakaris, he thought Sasson should have been called up a lot sooner, which he was right about. No, I do think Sasson should have been called up a lot sooner than he did. Perhaps that was the inexperience of Adam Foote right there. Russell,
So he
third
could have gotten
line.
practice time. He could have gotten
Yeah,
practice time instead of Coots, right? Being
yeah.
like Coots had a practice before he was sent down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Third line for Kane from Russell. David Lee. Canucks would get JT Miller trade type BS back. What? I'm not sure. Urban, after Kane's first media availability, I was drinking the EK91 Kool-Aid.
What did
Kevin,
it taste like, Irvin?
Kevin K says, no coach can say we should have beat the shit out of that guy in the Vancouver market. Russell does know that the Canadiens are the Blue Jays farm team. He does know that.
Okay, I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Yeah, all good. Swervin Urban says, Russell, who told you that Aquilini story? Yes, Russell, we would love to know who told you that story. Urban told us that story. Urban actually came on and told us that story. That story was amazing, by the way. I don't know if you were on, but when Urban said it, initially, my initial reaction, I was about to take a sip of my Coke and I actually spat it out. That's, because of the reaction to that. That was great. So yeah, Russell, if you can, let us know who told you that story. You don't have to use any real names for it. So, Irvin says, tasted like hookers and babes. Awesome. Great. So good. So that is what the Kool-Aid tasted like, Irvin. Nice. Hookers and vapes. Interesting flavor. Very interesting flavor. Kevin K and Russell, you are anonymous right now. Twas a regular guest at my bar. Okay. Yeah. Very good. But yeah, that was a great story. Also, Russell, while you're here, both Gerald and I are 100% down for Tuesday. Us being on the show live from Rogers Arena at the game. If you want, you and I can message each other back and forth or post in here. It doesn't matter. But if you want, I can reach out to you and we can try and figure something out for that. I'm totally down for that. I know Gerald's already down for it as well. So, but yeah, definitely I will get in touch with you before Tuesday for that for sure. Swervin Urban. Oh, you were wondering what that tasted like for Irvin? Says tasted like hookers and vapes. That was his response to the Kool-Aid. To the Evander Kool-Aid thing. Apparently that's what the Kool-Aid tasted like. Irvin, I believe because I know that when we were up 2-0 in the Cup Finals, he was shopping the broadcast rights to the parade. I think we're talking about Aquilini here. Yeah, the story. Russell says, send me a message in regards to Tuesday. I will definitely do that for sure.
Okay, wait. So I went to get my hats for Russell. So this is the Vancouver Canadiens hat. So that's the whatever league that they're in. I don't even know what it's called. And that's kind of the Canadiens, but I think the Jays just wanted a.
Well, that's the Jays Canada Day hat, yeah.
Yeah, and there you go, Jays. But anyways, I just wanted to show that.
Yeah. But yeah, Russell says send him a message in regards to Tuesday. I will definitely do that for sure. And hopefully we can get that all sorted. I know Jordan's still going with you to the game on Tuesday. I do know
Yeah.
you said Jordan
I
wants
actually don't even have Russell's contact. Do you have Russell's contact?
Yeah, I have him on Instagram and X, so I can message him on either platform. So I will definitely do that because I'm 100% down for that. Although I also realized too, Tuesday is game 4 of the Jays and Dodgers. So obviously I'm not streaming the Jays game for that night as I'll be at the Canucks game. But I'm going to be like pulling double duty, like watching the Canucks game and, checking in on the Blue Jays score because that's the game that Shohei Ohtani is pitching.
You're gonna be like Papa Hughes, man.
Oh yeah.
Watching the Jays game and then watch at the Canucks game.
At the Canucks game, yeah.
Send me Russell's Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely send that to you. Russell also says, how does Swerven know what hookers taste like? Oh, that's good. And yeah, I guess to that answer to the previous question, Urban, yes, Aquilini. Russell says that is a beautiful hat. Absolutely. I was actually doing that on my live stream earlier today just because I think I started like just before around like 4 or something like that. So we still had a lot of time before, or it may have been actually closer to 4:30. There was still a lot of time between then and first pitch. So I did a little like jersey like reveal. Like I showed off some of my like baseball jerseys and Blue Jays jerseys. And actually, believe it or not, there was a Mets fan in the chat talking, and he was in the chat for almost the entire stream. Like it was
Nice.
It was only him, a Mets fan, saying he was cheering for the Blue Jays, even though he's a Mets fan. And then I pulled out my Yankees jersey. and I was like, okay, this guy's not going to like this at all. But this is my Yankees jersey. And I gave the story on the jersey itself, like why I have it. I mean, I'm actually not screw it. I'll just pull it out right here. I got it right here. Where is it? But yeah, I have it. New York Yankees. Oh crap! It's right in the bottom. There. No, actually, you know what? It's over here. There we go. But yeah, hold this. Yeah. It is an Aaron Judge jersey. So, like I said, there's a story behind the jersey. At the time that I got it, my aunt and uncle were living in New York. They had been living in New York for several years. They actually spent a lot of time in New York, living there. And I found out they were moving back to BC. They were moving back to Vancouver to be closer to family. So I emailed my uncle, was like, hey, before you guys leave New York, can you get me a Aaron Judge jersey? Since you guys are moving back, this might be my only shot because I'm not going to pay for one of these. I'm not going to buy an Aaron Judge jersey in Vancouver. So I was like, hey, can you get me a jersey? And he's like, yeah, sure, totally. So he got me the Judge jersey. It is slightly big on me. Like I think he got a large or an extra large, but that is the story behind the Aaron Judge jersey. So
That sounds like it's a pre-online story.
No,
You
he
could just
went.
go,
Yeah, he went down to the stadium and got it.
but wouldn't it cost the same as getting it online?
Probably. I mean, this was several years ago, so I don't know. I just thought it would be easier to have him get it for me than me actually pay for it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes more sense.
So yeah, I mean, I should have said get me a Mets jersey or something, but he was more so in the area in New York, where like the Yankees are more popular, like around like Manhattan and whatnot. So, but yeah, that's the story of that jersey. If you guys want to see more of those jerseys, go ahead and check out the stream on Inside Jay's podcast. Actually, right here, Inside Jay's podcast here on YouTube. Check out. I mean, yes, you're gonna have to search for it because it is a 4-hour live stream, but it's relatively around the beginning. So there's that. Let's get back to the comments here. Where were we? I think this is a response to the Yankees jersey by Irvin. Irvin, the Evil Empire. You can wear it over your Jays jersey. Not right now. No, absolutely not. Not right now. I didn't even touch it during the division series. I wouldn't touch it. So, and actually, on that note, I have a white Blue Jays jersey with Teoscar Hernandez on the back, who plays for the Dodgers right now. Used to be a Blue Jay. I refuse to wear that jersey during this series, even though it's a Blue Jays jersey, and I absolutely love the jersey. It's a beautiful jersey.
Didn't he get striked out 3 times today?
Oh yeah, he played like shit tonight. But still, I'm not gonna jinx it. I'm very superstitious with baseball, especially baseball. More so baseball than hockey, but definitely baseball. I'm very superstitious. Like tonight, I wore my powder blue Blue Jays jersey. I'm not gonna wear that jersey again for the rest of the series because I'm so
just for the series.
Yeah, because I'm so superstitious. We lost with me wearing that jersey. I'm not gonna wear it again.
I was gonna be like, if you don't want it, I'll take it off your hands.
Oh no, I want to. That's my only one left. My second one, powder blue, got ruined. The label on the tag on the neck, it somehow melted.
Oh yeah, you talked about that.
So this is my only like actual like good powder blue jersey left. So, but yeah, Irvin, the Yankees lose. Yeah, that is taken over with David Ortiz and him doing that. That was great, and then him getting Vladdy to do it. Actually, when I was watching the game, like at the beginning of the game, like before the first pitch, there was.
Didn't he say when they didn't they come? Wasn't there a story about them coming into Toronto and the immigration officer said to him,
"Yeah, the Yankees lose." Yeah, I shared that on my story. That was hilarious. That the Canadian immigration guy was like, "The Yankees lose." But there was a sign in the crowd at the start of the game that said, "Da Dodgers lose." And I guess this was the Fox broadcast. David Ortiz saw it and he said it. He went, "Da Dodgers lose." So hopefully we'll hear that again by the end of the series for sure. Russell, that's his response to how he knows what hookers. Oh, I think this is towards Irvin. When they said compressed schedule at the beginning of the season, that was no joke. I think he's referring to the NHL, I believe, in this.
Yeah.
Compressed schedule.
Phil, did we talk about this during the last stream? How the Canucks have 10 back-to-backs? Because at the beginning of the season, someone was saying I can't remember what, a YouTuber or Canucks media, they said they had 13. It's actually 10. I went back and counted it. And for some odd reason, I was looking at Jersey too, and they only have 8 back-to-backs. Canucks have like the worst schedule in the league.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I haven't looked at the schedule in a while, but yeah, 10 sounds about right for that. But yeah, especially these back-to-backs coming up like as quickly as they are, like tonight and tomorrow. That's already like what 2 back-to-backs that the Canucks have had within the first 10 games. So
that's it. That's it for this month, I think. But there's more in November and December. Mainly January, I think.
January, yeah. That I'm not really surprised about January because that's right before the Olympic break.
Yeah.
Do you know if they have more? Starting in like February, March, April, or if it's very heavy early in the season.
It's heavier during the early season. I can take a look.
All right. Meanwhile, Kevin K says at the end, I think it's compressed and will help too. They will have games in hand over other teams. Good point. Good point. Swerve and Urban, Artur Silov has a reverse win-loss record of Lankinen. So Silov's is 3-1, Lankinen is 1-3. Yeah, you don't want to see that. That is, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Lanky. I mean, after last year's performance, what was it, 11-0 to start the
Yeah.
season?
Yeah, at least on the
Like
road.
it just, yeah, it's very disappointing to see these. Like, especially in Pittsburgh,
Mm-hmm.
that game was just like tonight was the same as kind of Pittsburgh in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Canucks were up. It was 1-0, and then whatever, and then today it was 2-0, and then they still end up losing. Like yeah, Lanky could have played better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like the 1-3 record to start. I mean, his save percentage is under 9 as well.
Yeah.
Last I looked, 2. But yeah, Swervin says 10 straight road wins to start, never been done in history, and yeah, now he's 1-3. I don't know what his record was like around this time last year. Like, yes, he won 10 straight on the road, but obviously he had a winning record around this time last year too. So, I mean, that's the thing too. We don't want to rely too heavily on Demko, but if Lankinen isn't performing, they're going to go to Demko.
Yeah, I don't want him to be outworked.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think his conditioning right now is to a point where he could probably take more. Like initially we were thinking like half, maybe like 43, 40, something around those. It's not going to add up to 82, obviously, because there might be someone gets pulled or whatnot. But I could see Demko playing 50 this year, probably 50 and like 30, I don't know, 5, something like that. But to get back to it, like November, there's 2 back-to-backs. December, there's 3. January, there's actually only 2. And then there isn't one in February. March, there is one, only 1. And then April, I think 1 more. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
actually two in April.
All right, so yeah, definitely earlier in the season, heavy for sure on the back-to-backs. I'm not surprised that there's none in February. I mean, considering it is, an Olympic year.
There's only 4 actually, no, there's no, that's right. No, because February they only have 3 or 4 games, I believe. 4 games in February.
Yeah,
just the beginning of the month and then the end of the month.
Yeah. Swervin asks, what did you guys think of the power play tonight? I mean, I thought it was okay. Obviously, they got a power play goal tonight. I can't comment on it too much, obviously, because I didn't actually watch the game. But just the fact that they at least scored on the power play is obviously a good thing. Obviously, actually, let me see if I still have it. Yes, I do. What was the power play again? It's like, 33.3%. So they were 1 for 3. I mean, that's not terrible, but you'd also like to see better, obviously, for the power play.
I mean, if you can I don't know, would you put Reichel in power play? Like, even in PP2? Because he obviously he hasn't played. Yeah, right. So, yeah. With that said, I mean, Reichel had no practices. He got off a game and then he flew out to Vancouver and he jumped on because like the Canucks were just they were super thin, right? They needed a player, so he came in and played. So he probably just met the players just before the game. So like I said, he gets some reps, practice, but the problem is they're not going to get a practice for tomorrow. And then I think they play every other game next week. I think it's Sunday, they have Monday off, and then Tuesday against the Rangers, and then Thursday they play. Are they already on the road for St. Louis? I can't remember, but let's see here.
I think so.
Because it doesn't look like they'll have any time to practice. It's just they don't have 2 consecutive days off. Because yeah, so Rangers, and then they're immediately on the road for St. Louis, and then I think they're back in Nashville in November. Oh no, wait, they're in Minnesota on Saturday, and then Nashville on the following Monday. So the only time they have, yeah, they're basically playing every other day. So I don't know if they can even get practices in even on the road.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Irvin again. If Garland is the guy down low, I don't love him standing beside the net. Why isn't he screening the goalie?
Because he's too small to screen the goal.
Exactly. I was about to say, like, are you sure you want him, the guy in front of the net, screening the goalie? Because he's so short, especially when these goalies are like 6'4", 6'5".
If anything, you should throw Myers down there and just sit in front of the goalie. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, even Kevin K says I would rather have Myers and Garland spot in front of the net. And yeah, Russell agrees. Hell yeah, Reichel, Hughes, Myers. I'm assuming he means PP2. I think on this. Swerven, Myers has sneaky skill. Yes, he does. Especially when he takes the puck up ice and brings it down and absolutely blasts it past the goalie. We've seen him do that. I mean, not necessarily this year, but we've seen him do that in the past. He does have sneaky skill for sure.
You saying that, actually PD played pretty well today, to be honest. Like even his zone entries were a lot better. And I don't think he was looking as much for the perfect pass. He did have some shots, so I don't want to jinx it or anything. I feel like PD's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, definitely.
Let's hope it continues on to tomorrow's game and he shows it up, because you got 2 more $12+ million players playing on the opposing team tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. This is a look in the right direction for PD. As I said earlier, he helped out my fantasy team, so I can't be too mad at him for being a Dodgers fan. And yes, I'm still griping on that. But yeah, definitely helped out my fantasy. It's obviously, all jokes aside, seeing PD get some points tonight. Obviously, we wish this had happened earlier in the season, but I'm glad that it showed up.
It's game 9, bro. It's only game 9.
It's game 9. This should have been like game 2 or 3.
He'll end up being a point a game. I mean, he had 3 tonight. I mean, you average it out.
How many points does PD actually have now?
I think he has like 8. I think he has like 8.
Let me I quickly want to see that. Let's see real quick. Where is it?
He has 2 goals.
He has 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points in 9 games.
That's pretty close already. So that's like 7, like less than a point a game. It's like 3/4.
Still pretty good though. Still pretty good. I mean, I know a lot of those, like 3 of those points he got literally tonight, but he is a +3 on the season. His career, he's a +49. But that's his career we're talking about. Oh, here's the last 5 games. So, no points against Chicago. He had a goal. He obviously scored his first goal against Washington. He had a point against Pittsburgh. No points against Nashville. And then he had 3 points against Montreal. But if you look at the far end here at the shots, 4, 1, 2, 2, 2. So obviously that game against Nashville, he only had the one shot. But even if you like looking at the shots, it's looking in the right direction. 2, 2, 2.
It's
better
better
than
than
one.
0.
It's better than 0 or 1, like we were seeing like last year. And then his ice time, 21:34 against Chicago, 18:37 against Washington. I thought that was a little odd, him only getting 18 minutes. And I know that Adam Foote's been criticized about his deployment of PD, like with his ice time. Like
No,
you
it's
can
the
see,
Pittsburgh game, man.
it was the
Look at the
Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh
game.
game.
Yeah, 16:56. Back up
He
to
had
20.
he had less than 10 minutes of 5-on-5.
Yeah, 20:45 against Nashville, and then 21:47 against Montreal. I mean, he had less shifts against Nashville than Pittsburgh, but only by 1. But he had more ice time against Nashville. So he's not doing terrible. He's got 7 points in 9 games. So, but I think it's too early to say, he's back just yet. So
Yeah, not yet. Selke finalists. That's hilarious. 70 points.
But
Serving Urban, comment.
Urban, better hands than Drew O'Connor, that's for sure.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I just don't bring him up, man. Like I watched the game and it's just like
other
he's such a
Dodgers fan.
waste.
Yeah, the other
Such a
Dodgers
waste, man. Like O'Connor had some opportunities and he just you need people with better hands, man.
Oh,
Not just skate and are fast. Like you need someone with hands.
Yeah, Russell. No, Reichel, Hughes, Myers is the new second line. Kevin K. Myers set up Sasson on that type goal this year. Yeah, we were talking about Myers a little bit earlier. Sort of they would be fast. Oh, he's talking about like the speed of Reichel, Hughes, and Myers. Wait, what? Urban with the facts. First multi-point game for PD since March 20th. That was the last time PD had a multi-point game.
Only been 7 months.
Yeah.
Minus three months of the off season.
If PD ended the year with 70 points, but he was a Selke finalist, is that a successful season?
I guess, but I mean, he's playing he's played quite well defensively. I mean, he's been blocking a lot of shots. Even today, like getting sticks on puck, like he did well. He played. I think tonight was probably one of the best overall games for PD.
Mm-hmm.
Minus the result, but definitely in the right direction. And yeah, I mean, I actually do see him becoming a Selke finalist, but I don't know 70 points. I think he might hit more. If it's a point a game and he plays 80, that's 82, right? So it could be possibly more than 20. My hot take on Canucks Uncensored, I think I had PD at 90 points this season.
Yeah, I think I have PD around that. Or I think mine was 88 or 89. At least a while back when I was asked, for my prediction for his points, I said, just under 90. But this was obviously like way back in the off season. So obviously a lot has changed since then.
Before the season started. Yeah.
Yeah. Before the season even started. I mean, my prediction for that hasn't really changed at all. I still think he's going to get like just under 90 points. But I mean, he's so far 7 and 9. He's got a long way to go. But Srivan says, I know that's a big if on the whole, him getting the Selke. Kevin K, I'm worried about Hughes spending too much time on the ice. Yes. By the way, Russell, if you're still in here, I absolutely loved your rant on Hughes and his ice time in that last game. It was amazing. Like, I don't know if you saw it, Gerald, but Russell posted a short and he went off on Quinn Hughes in his ice time. Like, he legitimately went on a rant about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
so good.
surprised.
It's so good. And seeing his co-host Dustin's reaction, like underneath, like in real time, reacting to Russell, just going like, "Blah, blah, blah, blah." It was so good. It was hilarious. I actually commented on it on YouTube. Absolutely loved it. Russell, that was amazing. But yeah, luckily I looked at the ice time for Quinn Hughes himself earlier. And yeah, I think his longest shift was like 1 minute 58 seconds tonight.
That's good.
So
I think too many
just
people
very
pissed
good.
on him about it.
Yeah.
Like seriously, 19 shifts, almost 30 minutes against Nashville. 19 shifts, 30 minutes. That's over a minute and a half
Yeah.
per shift.
He definitely was trying to do too much in that game against Nashville for sure.
I mean, Talkett's gone, but you don't double your shifts, right? It's like 45, it's like a minute and it's like 90 seconds, a minute and a half. Like, no, man. It's too much.
Yeah. Kevin K. Hughes is starting to look like PK Subban when he used to stay on the power play 2 minutes and we would score against Montreal. Shorthanded, looks gassed these days. I guess Joseph is not helping. Yeah, I will say Hughes definitely does look gassed. That's for sure.
No, today he looked better. He looked
Yeah.
a lot better today compared
Yeah, but-
to previous games. But yeah, like, because remember when we were talking about the big from the beginning of the season until like say last game, like he just looks deflated. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't answer his questions during media availability. He just keeps everything super short on the ice. It's just the demeanor isn't there.
Mhm.
But today, like, you know, there were a few like a couple moments where he was just like, fuck, or like, you know, but for most of the game, he was there.
Mhm.
Sherwood was fired up. I think after after the power play goal, like the tying power play goal, he like, I don't know if the stream caught it, but he swore and it was like another JT Miller F bomb. It was pretty funny.
I'm not one bit surprised that it was Sherwood. It's like what I kept on saying on my Blue Jays stream. I kept on saying this whenever Ernie Clement came up to the plate. He's got that dog in him. 'Cause
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know, Ernie's little victory thing is he barks. He goes "Arr, arr." Like they do these post game, like whenever the Jays win, of them like walking through the clubhouse of like each player, and whenever Ernie does it, he like goes like real close right up to the camera and goes "Arr, arr," and walks away. So that's why I kept on saying, Ernie's got that dog in him. You can say the same thing about Kiefer Sherwood. He's got that dog in him. And if you let that dog loose, he's going to crush a bunch of people with hits. So, David Lee, he's our degraded Dakota Joshua. Is he referring to Quinn? And yeah, Russell, Quinn Hughes tripling his shifts last game. Yeah, definitely. It was insane. Kevin K. Sherwood is definitely our Burrows 2.0. Yeah, I could definitely see that for sure. And then, yeah, nothing is perfect. Russell, 324 was Quinn Hughes' longest shift. Check the highlights. He was out there for some terrible play because he was gassed 2 minutes into a 5-on-5 shift. And yeah, he definitely looked gassed in that game against Nashville. Triple clutching his shifts, and yeah. I'm not sure if we lost Gerald or not. Gerald's kind of frozen here. We'll see. But I'm just going to keep going. Irvin, tonight, Hughes, Hronik are played 26 each. P.O. Joseph and EP 25 played 15. Oh, Gerald's there. Played 15 and 18 shifts. They're double shifting Hughes and Hronik. Definitely. I mean, definitely Hughes last game for sure. As Russell said, 324 was his longest shift in the game against Nashville, which is
Like, who the hell plays 3 minutes on ice? Like, it's just, are you not tired? Are you like crazy? Like, No wonder you're gassed, man.
I mean, I admitted I was watching the Jays game. I admitted that at the top of the stream that I didn't actually watch the Canucks game. I watched the Blue Jays game. So,
I, on the other hand, watched the whole Canucks game. I mean, I dozed off mid-second period, but I went back to rewatch
mhm.
that during the intermission, and I watched the full game. But
Yeah,
I am a Canucks fan first, so unlike someone else, but you know,
but yeah, no, I didn't. I full on admitted I watched the Blue Jays game. Hughes played his secondary shifts with Joseph. Hronek played his secondary shifts with EP. With Joseph, Hronek played his secondary shifts with EP25. Holy shit, we're at like 2 hours and 21 minutes.
yeah,
So I just realized that.
that's why I had to go check some messages, and I was gone for a sec.
Okay, tonight. I don't think they're playing the third pair together whatsoever. Irvin, Russell, a staring contest with Gerald. I guess that was when you were like frozen there for a little bit there. Kevin K. Hughes.
Yeah, I just jumped off, but yeah.
Hughes was the best when Myers was on with him. I mean, I can't confirm that because, like I said, I wasn't watching the game. But don't worry, tomorrow definitely we'll be watching the Canucks game tomorrow because there's no Blue Jays game on. So, and we'll.
Are you at home? Are you at home tomorrow?
I'm at work until about 5:30, and then I'm gonna race home. So, I might miss a little bit of the game, like the first period, but I'll watch. I'll definitely watch a lot more than I did tonight for sure.
I have tickets to the game. I don't really want to go to, but yeah, I don't know. I listed them already. I think I might end up have to go. I was actually gonna ask you because Clay's gonna be at the game tomorrow. But yeah, it's just I listed the tickets. We'll see if it sells tonight.
All right. Well, yeah. Keep me posted. I mean, I wouldn't mind going. If you end up still going, I wouldn't mind going with you. But it might be a little tight on it, just because, like I said, I get off at 5:30. But we'll message each other and.
Well, game time's at 7, right?
7. Okay. Yeah, definitely keep me posted. I mean, Sam's gonna be pissed off, but screw it. If you end up rewatching that Blue Jays stream earlier, she actually makes a very quick appearance in the background, waving her freaking Dodgers hat.
Wow.
Yeah, like you see the door slightly cracked. Yeah, she basically put it over. It was like waving it like this, and I was just like, "Get out of here with that!" I'm like live streaming right now.
That's
but
hilarious. Sounds like Sam.
Yeah, definitely Sam. Yeah, Russell's got to run, boys. Talk soon about the live on location on Tuesday. Yeah, definitely. I will reach out to you, Russell, for that.
Yeah, because I heard from Jordan that Russell wants to do pregame. So I'm meeting Jordan earlier. I think he wants to do like during warmups, something like that. So we'll see how to organize all of that. But yeah, Russell will be in touch with you.
Yeah, for sure. Because Sam and I were just talking tonight. Because I think she's working, but she'll be off in time for the game, obviously. But as you know, she works downtown, so I was just gonna meet her at Loblaws, the store that she works at. But I also told her like I hadn't heard from you yet on when you wanted to meet up. But if you wanted to do something pregame, we can definitely try. I can at least try and go down there a lot earlier to get to her and whatnot. So,
I mean, if anything, we could probably share a ride down. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna drive, but if I do, I could come pick you up, or if not, we could like share an Uber or something.
Yeah. Well, we can definitely talk about that for sure. I mean,
because Jordan, I haven't confirmed with Jordan either. So like he wants to meet a bit earlier. So like probably like around 6, but I just don't know where. But I'll let you know.
Yeah, definitely let me know for sure. Kevin K, I'll go. Need flights from St. John, New Brunswick, though. You might be on your own with that one there, Kev. Sorry. But yeah, no, definitely let me know about tomorrow. I'll definitely jump on that for sure.
Okay.
I mean,
Sorry, St. John's, New Brunswick, isn't that the morning right now?
well,
Because
yeah,
we're almost midnight. You guys are probably like 5 hours ahead or four. What is it? Maritimes? Because that's even past
yeah, that's
Eastern.
past Eastern time. Yeah.
So you're at like at least 4 or 5 in the morning. What are you doing up so early,
Kevin
man?
K says 4 a.m. I mean, not that we're complaining that you're here, Kev.
Thank you for being here with
Thank you for
us.
being here, man. Really appreciate it. It's looking like he's going though. Good night, everyone. But yeah, he says it's 4 a.m. But yeah, thanks for showing up, Kev. Appreciate it. 4 o'clock in the morning, and he's watching a couple guys on the West Coast talking about baseball, talking about Canucks.
And it's not even his team.
But as a Canucks fan, most of the games
Oh, he
start
is
at
a Canucks
11
fan.
p.m. He is a Canucks
Okay.
fan. Sweet.
Yeah. Okay. I was in Halifax during the playoffs. It was Florida against Maple Leafs. I think it was game 2. Bro, that was late too. Like, I mean, yeah, it's so tough watching hockey out in the Maritimes. So, definitely props to that and like respect.
Yeah, it's like Urban says here. That's loyalty right there. And Kevin K says, "Yeah, I drink more when they lose, so up later." Love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, no, St. John is absolutely beautiful. I can't remember if I've actually been to St. John, but I have. You just mentioned Halifax. I have been to Halifax, and Halifax is absolutely beautiful. I love
Love
I
Halifax.
love Halifax, man. But yeah, for those of you that may not know, I'm a big history buff. Like I just love just history in general, like things that happened like in the past, like history wise. Um, and
When
that
was
includes
Newfoundland founded?
I yeah, I don't know that answer. Not that type,
1949.
not that type of
They
history.
they 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 joined Canada in 1949.
Nice.
Just a fact.
Yeah, nice, sweet. They're right. You learn something new every day. But no, I'm
I,
just really into like history. Like the point I'm getting with that is I'm really into like the Titanic, like stuff about the Titanic, and I know Halifax has a big thing to do with that. So I
yeah.
did go see a museum in Halifax about the Titanic when I was there. Oh gosh, I don't know. I even remember when it was. Probably in the 2000s or late 90s, something like that. Was the last time I was in Halifax. But my main point is how beautiful Halifax is. No,
And the seafood.
I mean, I don't eat seafood, but yeah. I mean, yeah,
Lobster
the
rolls,
food is
man.
great.
I miss those lobster rolls.
Uh, Swervin, welcome to Canadian history with Tyler and Gerald.
I can. Hey, trust. I could probably do a history class on Canadian history. I was a geek in high school for social studies. So
We got David Lee. What about Besser taking 2 days off after losing his dog? Yeah, it was revealed that was his personal absent, was his dog passed away, which absolutely sucks. That breaks my heart to see. I'm a big dog lover and pet guy, and yeah, that just breaks my heart hearing that he lost his dog. And I can't imagine what he's going through right now. I mean, having to play hockey and kind of put that to the back of his mind. I mean, Gerald, see, a lot of people in this community know what I went through with my mom, so I
yeah,
can't imagine what he's going through right now. But yeah, like I feel for Besser. I saw the image he posted on his story of
of his dad,
his dad
of
and
his dad, and the dog.
and the dog. So yeah, that really hit me. That got me close to home there. A little bit more about New Brunswick. Was the first incorporated city in Canada.
Canada North.
Cooley, he got him as a rescue at All-Star game his rookie year. Yes, that's
But you also have to give some respect to management for allowing him to do that. Because at the end of the day, even though it's your pet, it's still part of your family, right? So, like to let him do that, like there is respect for management.
yeah.
Even
I
though
mean,
they were so short, so thin
Yeah.
on the lineup.
I didn't see this last part of this. Talking about Besser and him taking 2 days. No, I didn't see this part. Love the guy, but come on. Okay, that's kind of taking it a little step too far. Like it's only 2 games in October. It's not that big of a deal, and he lost. A lot, if you really think about it, pets are considered like family. Like they're
It's like his kid.
It's like a
It's
kid.
like his kid.
It's like a sibling. You got to feel for him. But yeah, it's like what Urban said. It's only 2 games in October. He only missed 2 games. He wasn't injured. He just needed a couple days to, So I obviously feel for Besser. I have no issue with Besser doing that whatsoever. And I'm sorry if you have an issue with that. That's
And
your
he flew into Nashville. The guy had 5 shots, almost scored a goal.
opinion.
Like dude, he was there for the team. So I mean, it's not come on, it's just the guy loves his dog. He's a huge dog person, and Cooley was rescued. So you got to give respect to that. And then he still came into the game after missing 2 and shot like a machine.
More history stuff. This has turned into a little bit of a history episode.
Oh my God.
Tommy Douglas is credited with starting Canada's universal healthcare system, earning him the title Father of Canadian Medicare. Well,
Okay.
I didn't know that, so I guess you're right. You learn something new every day. I did
Okay,
not know that.
this is 2:32 already. I think the stream's gone long enough. We can do another history class next time. I'm like beat.
Yeah. Okay.
Last few comments, and then we're gonna
we'll
head
do the
out.
last few comments, then we're gonna head out because I still want to do a post game, or no, not a post game, a preview for Game 3 of the World Series, which I'll probably have to do tonight because I'm working tomorrow. But yeah, Besser has lost his best friend while overseas and was not home. He deserves it. Yeah, he definitely deserved the 2 days away, no question. And this was when he was a teen, apparently. So I guess you learn more than one thing new every day. And then it's just Irvin going LOL. That's the last comment at 12:03 a.m. So that's going to do it for us. Another post-game show with Tyler and Gerald. Kind of went off the rails a little bit, but hey.
This is unhinged.
This is unhinged, unleashed. I'm not going to say uncensored because that would be, don't need Jordan coming after me, but I'll say unleashed. But yeah, no, this was great. We went on a bit of a tangent. We had Kempner in here. We had Russell. We had Urban. We had Urban on the line change for the first time. Not the last time either, but for the first time. It was great having Urban on. Obviously, it's always great having you on, of course.
Thank you.
And this was a busy streaming day for me. Like, I streamed 4 hours of the Jays game. This is 2.5 hours. So that's like 6.5 hours of streaming for me, which is new.
I mean,
K.
you're like a quarter of what Clay did.
Yeah,
just a little over a quarter.
I was about to say, we got a like and subscribe from Kevin K. Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it. All the way from St. John, New Brunswick.
Shout out.
Shout out to St. John, New Brunswick. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, I know, Gerald, you're extremely tired, so I will let you go. Thanks again for doing this. Again, we'll talk about tomorrow. Let me know. I'll be at work, like I said, till 5:30. Hopefully, I'll be able to get off a little bit early, as they usually have 2 people on the weekends. So hopefully, I can skedaddle a little early.
You're at Gross, right?
Yeah. Usually they have 2 bodies. Usually it's 1 during the week, so I basically open and close. but we're only open till 5 or 5. Usually takes me about 30 minutes to close. But yeah, on weekends there's 2 people, so I might be able to leave a little bit early and have the second person close. I'll let you know for sure, and then we'll definitely talk about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
guess,
I really want to go to an Edmonton game, but the problem is like I'm going on Tuesday for the Rangers game. I don't want to go like it's not back to back, but it's Sunday and then Tuesday. It's just it's a little much.
I totally get it. I totally get that. But yeah, definitely we'll talk. I said tomorrow, technically I guess today.
Yeah.
Since it's after midnight. But great to have you on.
Thank you.
If I don't go to the game and if you end up selling the ticket, obviously I assume that means we'll be doing the post game show again tomorrow.
Yeah.
If not, I mean, obviously if I end up going with you, there won't be a post game show.
I mean, we could do something live. We can just do something live on the phone, just quickly.
Yeah, definitely. We can definitely do like a condensed thing. So, and maybe this could be good practice for Tuesday. So we shall see. But yeah, great having you on, Gerald. As always, I'm gonna say it right now. Best co-host in the biz. I'm gonna go ahead and say it now.
I just ramble on. So, anyways, but thank you. I appreciate that.
It's like 2 hours and 36 minutes. This is the longest stream I've done on this channel. So
hopefully this is the longest that we'll do.
yeah. We kind of went
2.5 hours is just too much.
Rambled. And like I said, I didn't even watch the freaking game. And it's like what you asked earlier. Why am I even doing the post game show if I didn't even watch the game? But this was actually a lot of fun.
Only one person watched the game, and it was like 3/4 of the game.
And we still went.
Thank you.
2 hours and a half. So
thank you for everyone that came on, left comments, came on to just hang out with us for 2 hours and 37 minutes. We appreciate it. But hopefully we'll see you on Tuesday, if not tomorrow. And until then. Go Jays tomorrow. And go Canucks.
Go Jays, go Canucks. And we'll see Gerald hopefully in the post-game show for technically today's game. But yeah, thanks for coming on, Gerald. Appreciate it. That was Gerald. And then hang on. Let's see here. If you guys want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to hit that like button. It doesn't cost you a thing. Same thing with if you subscribe, just like what Kevin K did. Hit that subscribe button, smash it as hard as you can. Not literally, but figuratively. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. You can find us on social media. We're everywhere on social media. Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. All the @ are there. Feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. And if you prefer a audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow as well as rate and review us. So far, we have 1 rating, and it is a 5-star rating. So that is awesome. Obviously, it really helps out the channel as well as the podcast. So go ahead and check us out there. And then that is me and Gerald. As always, good night. And as always, let's go Canucks. I usually say something else for my Blue Jays one. I'm not going to say it on this one because it doesn't apply. But go Canucks, go. Believe in blue. We're making the playoffs. Let's go.